Welcome to Men on Films. We're going to be reviewing the latest film from a male point of view. First up is that controversial movie, Do the Right Thing. Now, I really like little Spike Lee's courage in making this film. I especially like the way he mixed the racial tension with the violence in order to give his message, do the right thing. Come on out the closet. Don't be afraid to be who you is. Black, white, or whatever.
Ain't that the truth, Ruth?
Now I'd like to talk about an exciting new film, Karate Kid Part 3. It's all about men working out their problems in a very physical way. It was all so primitive. And you know, I really enjoyed Mr. Miyagi, played by little Pat Morita.
Ooh, and that Ralph Macchio. 3 words, fabulism.
Boy, I hope I look that good when I'm 40.
Stop.
Let's go. While the room warms up, why don't we start with a little music? You know, sometimes you guys hear me play things, and I play them, and then I don't play them, and then I play them, and then I don't play them. But I decided, why not start the day off like that today? Because honestly, this live, it's finna be a mic drop. Like, after this, there really ain't gonna be nothing left to say. Like, I promise you, G. So, let's go.
Something new.
There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to talk about. Yeah. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to talk about. Yeah. If loving you isn't right, then please God just let me be wrong. And fuck your nigga 2 times for making me singing this song. You got me feeling like a fool. I don't know what to do and got me feeling blue. I'm tired of crying for your affection just to jump through some moon. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to talk about. Yeah. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to talk about. Crying alone. And if you truly gave a damn, why didn't you stay your ass home? You got me looking so confused, better than abused. Only give me blues. I'm tired of crying for your affection, just to jump through some more. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to talk about. There's nothing left to say. There's nothing left to talk about. You be playing like hula hoops and hopscotch. Plus you brought that corny ass nigga back to my spot. I just keep it cool, don't never try to give you the blue nose. All you miss a real one, then for that I give you kudos. But I know this shit like you know that bridge you burn made two roads. I took the high one and the one you took was too low. Used to do your duo, used to be my ex, but I ain't fucking with the new you. It ain't nothing else to say, no. I'm done.
Real rap. I ain't got nothing left to say. Look, Uncle Teddy tell you. Hey, man, I could listen to that all day. I really could. It's a shame they stole the files and everything in that fake robbery, but you know it's okay. I'm sure we can find a way to recreate that again. I don't think it'll be hard at all. Wait a minute, we got family in the building. Everybody make sure you're mic'd up. We got specials in the house. We got originals in the house. We got something old, something new, something borrowed, and something true blue. Grace, are you there? Ayasha, are you there?
Peace, Jack. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Oh, good. How are you?
Oh my goodness. It's so good to have you here with us all together for today. I am telling you, I miss you.
I miss you too. I miss being here. And look, it's been a while. I know I've been away, but trust me, I've been here. I just been doing mommy duties and taking care of my life, so I'm always
here.
And
guess what? You have earned it.
Man, it's been a journey, and I see the BS still goes on.
Like, you really got to fill people in. You know what? I'm going to drop the banner for right now.
Oh, man.
Okay, man. We're up in here.
Peace, hey, Grace.
Salvona, Queen Mother. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. How you doing?
Don't laugh. You know I love me some Queen Mother. Y'all already know. Girl, listen. Tell the people how you been, my beauty.
I've been good. I've been doing good. The children are on break, but we're getting ready for the new season to come in. It's cold.
Girl, still?
It's cold, so.
Girl, the babies are still on vacation.
Yes. Last week. So, we're getting ready. And I got the rest of it. So they good though, but other than that, I've been good. Been tapping in here and there, still seeing the craziness and these new people coming into play. It's wild.
Well, Ayasha, I think that's what's so amazing about you being here, because you're like prehistoric JAGMOD at this point.
Man.
Like, you're literally there from pretty much the beginning of when YouTube really started becoming like a fixture in my life, whether I wanted it to be or not.
Right.
And if people really understood the history of you and I watched you in chat rooms for like 6 months
before you actually
ever spoke to you.
Yeah, you know what's funny to me? How everything came together. Because like I've always said, I came across you doing my research on Kanye West, and you happened to be in his algorithm. I'm like, who is this lady? Let me see what she got to talk about. And soon as you came on, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm loving your vibe already. Cause you like that type of, is it Sister Soldier?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I gravitated towards that because that's who I am type, but I respect you in everything you say and do, and you proved a whole lot. Even though these motherfuckers excuse me, I don't want to go too.
Well, don't worry. Listen to me. We're past the 8-7 minute mark, okay. But let's just try to keep it as close to green as possible.
As much as they try, they can never get past. They can never pass go. So, it's been a journey here with you. But just tapping into who you are and being here and seeing all the lies and everything, it's like they can't do anything about anything but keep on trying to make content, you know?
Well, that's the thing, Ayasha. Like, you were literally there to
Mm-hmm.
watch the beginning of the setup to take Jag down. You were there. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing you in chats just constantly questioning people. Yeah, but that don't make no sense. And
Right.
but did you see what her husband did? And yeah, but no, that's really not what Jag said. And it's wild because I watched them befriend you so that they
Right.
could later either turn you against me or
They
turn me
tried.
against you. How
They,
many months did people try to convince me that you were, she's a witch?
well, my first
She's
my first
evil. She
that
gave you
is
crystal.
around the time in August, June, like June, July, August, round, 2023 when you got out.
Yeah,
When not first said it.
yeah.
To my knowledge. I heard him say that I was a mole. Like what? How's way? How's mole? Like
Right?
I'm not that because I've been here supported and I've seen the journey. Like I said, if people really want to know and see everything you've been through, they could just go to your Instagram. That's why they keep reporting you. That's why they keep reporting your page. They don't want nobody to go back see
And
everything.
see all of the truth that I put out. They still trying to take down videos that totally line up everything that I said for now 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I remember when God first came to me and told me that you were coming into my life, and same with Grace. And if people really understood the dynamic of how the True Mod Squad actually works and operates now, and just for us to be here at this point in time, and just the old troll mods, like, I think to a certain extent, Ayasha, I'm glad you've taken this time, just hanging back and watching how things go, because it shows me how affected you were. You know what I mean? By that, because I don't think people really understand the gravity of what we experience with these people.
Man.
Countless hours conversation, countless sharing of lives, encouraging one another, camming up in our homes, not realizing that they were documenting it and giving the information to my enemies.
Right. Yeah. You're going
Treachery. The treachery.
blaming
And
each
them,
other,
oh my
blaming you.
God.
Mhm.
Ayasha, I'm going to be quiet. And I want you to just take 2, 3, 5 minutes and explain to everybody what we really went through. Because I want them to not hear it from me,
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this because I've been thinking about this lately. Around the time where your lease, you had let go of your lease. Let me say that loud and clear. You let go of your lease. It's not like you had got a eviction, because I remember you saying you and your ex-husband at one point were separating. All right, I guess it was about that time. So y'all chose to let go of the lease. Now, the day they your stuff out, I feel like they shouldn't have touched your shit at all. They shouldn't have touched your stuff. They should have let someone else in, or they should have just waited and gave you more time to get your own stuff together, because that right there, what they did, just led you to look for your pocketbook that day. Now, once you found it and you were on your way
It took
to,
me 3.5 hours to find my pocketbook, because
Mhm.
the gentleman that moved my things out when I was going to go get the truck, like, those things didn't have to be sitting on the curb, but because my pocketbook with my wallet, my license, my credit card, and everything was in it,
Mhm.
they literally took it and hid it all the way at the bottom of everything and stacked all of my belongings onto it to make sure I had no choice but to dig through all of that
Mhm.
before I could get my pocketbook to go get the truck. And guess what happened while that was going on? King World 2020 and the Beam team kept pulling up, calling
Mhm.
the police, saying that my mother was having a heart attack on the side of the road,
Mhm.
pulling up on us. I had to chase someone off. That's your Beam team. If they're that involved in trying to bring me, this crazy person, to justice, how they ain't got the same energy for Shelly Carter?
That part.
But I digress. Please finish, Ayasha. I'm muting
That
up.
part. So yeah, so after you found it and you got the truck, you were able to go pick up the truck, and you got it. Well, everybody wants to know, well, Jag, stole a truck. And how the fuck did you steal a truck when you were in jail? First of all, only because they.
You do know still to this day, girl, I don't understand how it went from her finding her things to her stealing the truck. I still to
So,
this day don't understand how they got there.
so because like I was saying, she found her pocketbook, got the truck. They went to Louisiana. She got up the next day. I remember you going live that morning, and you were stating that you were going to call your probation, I guess, or whoever, the people at the time, so that you could let them know. And then you had got in the pool. When you got in the pool, see, I didn't talk to you that then. I didn't even meet you that then, but I remember you telling me to get in touch with you. So I wasn't a mob for you then, but I was in the chat, like some of these people here. And peace out to the chat. Salute to y'all. Y'all the real MVPs of this. Like, y'all the real, because y'all got eyes to see. But anyways, I was like one of y'all in the chats. When she told me to reach out to her, that's when I'm like, damn, how I'm going to reach out to her now? She in jail. So, my support was going towards OKP because I didn't know where to send my support to because of the everything happening with your Cash App, your PayPal. So I got dragged for supporting her. I got dragged for supporting OKP. Like, damn, what I do? I'm just here to support. Like, y'all, because Spirit is leading me to y'all. Spirit is leading me through all this. I'm just here to witness and my experience in this, and it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and I'm glad I'm here because it's a lot of things going on in this world.
And it's actually interesting that you just said that. All of the supporters have said the exact same thing. Why y'all coming for me just because I support her?
Yeah. But even that
Yeah.
though, just like with her having the truck and her being at the hotel, her being in the pool, that she was being doxxed the whole way. Doing these things, doxing her and just showing location and having the police pull up and
Kulu was doing that just this June when me and Odell first got together.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran up on the hotel at LAX airport, going through, scanning the room, showing the room. Like, where is all of that energy for Shelly Carter? Understand this. If you keep hitting this link and you are not a panel member or an invited guest, you are going to be kicked from the studio right now. When we do a Q&A, you're more than welcome to come back, but not right now. Thank you very much. What I really need people to understand is the selected outrage and the selected activism and the selected ignorance and the willful blindness. This isn't a story we're making up. This is real. Being team all but made it sure that everyone understood they were coming after me.
Man.
They were going live about it. When I told y'all that somebody had done a 19-hour live on me, it was King World and them people. 19 hours they did one live on me. trying to find out my exact whereabouts, how to inflame me, how to make me crazy. I mean, Dee Dee the robot, one of her lives a year ago, she did a whole tutorial on things that would anger me and upset me so that people could find ways to gaslight me in real time.
And for me, that's when
Yes,
I start to
Justice
look
for
around.
Shanquilla.
It's interesting. Is no one paying attention to how much the line is blurred between stalker and straight up fed behavior? This is around the clock work here. Is no one going to pay attention to any of this at this point? Just looking at everything that's happened just with these two women here, because I've heard this before and it still astounds me. Is nobody going to pay attention to that? The lines have now been blurred. Are we really dealing with stalkers here? Because if so, why is no one taking this threat to life seriously? We watch Dateline all the time. Don't act like y'all don't know nothing about Chris Hansen. You already know somebody's stalking you this much. The authorities usually get involved because your life is seen as being in danger. This is someone who's unhinged. This has been constantly. It's trickled off to the people that she knows, like Ayasha, for example. Girl, Ayasha, I promise you today it's time for you to call your partners and handle them. Girl, listen, I'm there. Because not the way, it's the lack of respect for privacy, the invasion of privacy.
Wait a minute. Are we going to talk about the times that these same trolls and former mods and spies of Dee Dee the robot actually sent CPS to Ayasha's house? They called a fake boom boom threat into her children's school.
Right.
And like
nothing was done about that. And then they took her channel and took her channel down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, they sure did. I can still get that channel back because she redacted her name and her address, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah, but Dee Dee robot, know who you are. Dee Dee.
Girl, like we said about it, girl.
Sure you
when it's
send
time
that
to go to
info
pot.
over to him.
Say it again.
There's a civil law, that we just send that information over, Ayash, to Odell.
Yeah.
You know, like you've been down this road with me now, Ayasha, for 2 years. And that's a lifetime on the internet. And out of those 2 years, about 17, 18 months, you've been my mod.
Yeah.
And you became my head mod. And the reason why is because you're trusted. Oh, wait a minute. We got family in the building. Hold on.
Hey. Sorry, needed some fuel.
Oh no, you ain't got to explain. I'm probably gonna eat while y'all talking. You know, I had to come in here and get it together. I still haven't got my coffee yet, but it's sitting right here. Because now that I got some heavy hitters, I can shut up a little bit and show people how smart my team really is.
Peace.
Hey, Watson.
And thank you for all of the super
Sherlock.
Thank you, Jules.
Man.
They don't need to know all your business like that. Look, they're going to be all up in your shit soon.
I heard
we on a last name basis around here.
Well, you know, QH is an old internet gangster himself. You know, don't be fooled. He done do-si-doed a bunch. And we're honored to have him here. When I think about the way that my former head mod, who was a troll, you know, when I think about all of that and how they tried to keep you from me, Q8. You remember with old Frag?
You know, some people just are beneath contempt. And, you know, it's so funny. I wanted to say to her, you know, lady, do you think I'm fucking stupid? 1 minute you're, oh, hey, you're my best friend. The next minute you're so disrespectful. You're taking advantage. I mean, you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Wasn't that how she was trying to line you up? Because wasn't she trying to make you pay her just so you could talk to me?
Hmm. Or after she said
I,
she'd invite me on and say, "Oh, you're so disrespectful. You don't care about my channel. You just want to talk to Jag." I'm like, well, and in fairness, that is kind of true. Frag, I'm not here for you. I'm here for Jag.
Right, right. And I think
What
that's
in God's name would just by the way, anyone who's backstage while we're in the middle of live panel and commentary, we're not bringing anyone up. So we'll bring you back up. You're more than welcome to hit the link when it's time for the Q&A.
Mm.
So, like I was saying, like she was literally trying to charge you money to talk to me.
mm-mm.
But this is what they all did. They intersected real supporters, right? So that I wouldn't have access to them and they wouldn't have access to me, so that they couldn't support me or help me in any way outside of the troll farm agenda. Like they literally did everything that they could do to cut off any real access to any real people in my life so that they could be in control of the story. And that's sad, because it wasn't until Night and Day was stupid enough to let it slip that their whole objective was to turn Jaguar Wright's life into the Truman Show in real life. I guess that's why they went and they, recruited so many different, gamers. And that's why Discord has become like the sewer system of YouTube. All of the crap, all of the gook, all of the nasty stuff, all of the nasty work that they plan, they do it in a gamer site. Like people keep forgetting that Discord was set up so gamers could communicate while playing group sports and teams and things of that nature. I wonder how Discord feels about the fact that it's turned into a major cyber criminal den. Like that's wild. Because most of the stuff they plan, I'm telling you right now, they're in Discord right now, watching us right now, trying to figure out how to stop this live right now.
Do I need to say what type of behavior this is?
I mean,
It's wild. Is no one bald-headed whole behavior? Also, like I said earlier, the line has been blurred. This is a very, do we have any like psychology and sociology students like up in the chat? Because I really want someone to give me like their their psychological assessment of the public when this stuff takes place. Like, and I'm just so thankful that just being here with the three of y'all, you guys have just all swung in there from the beginning. Like, I'm real curious.
There's a new personality disorder. Well, it's not new. It's new to me that I just learned about a few months ago. It's called schizotypal.
Schizotypal?
Yes. It's
Okay.
an example would be, you seen Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
character would be schizotypal.
Like an insane Uber driver.
Correct. Correct.
And see,
I get.
I'm
see more
glad
and
that
more of
y'all
that.
were able to do that. It's funny that you say that, because don't you all see have you noticed that this has gone up a tick the more social media develops over time? And not only that, but especially after quarantine, we really have to start thinking about the mind, the human mind, when it comes to isolation and then the response after the fact. Like, Petey, you know how it feels when everybody who's been locked up before, you know how it feels.
Yeah.
Does anyone else see like how that quarantine just turned like the animalistic chip off in
All of
society?
us.
At least
It's
here in
turned
America.
I'm sorry. Bad people suffering makes me happy. So I have to change the subject just for a moment because
Yes, please.
this is this is so this is just so joyful. Sonny Hostin's husband has been busted for an insurance fraud. See, because that sanctimonious,
Yes,
narcissistic,
yes.
fucking pain in the ass woman, she is literally
She
the worst person
answers prayers.
Mm.
Look
in a
at my
Rico.
God.
Been saying it's a bad time for bad folks.
Sonny Hostin's husband is going down on a Rico, huh?
Mm.
Guess what?
So,
Rico Suave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that, well, allegedly, so she can't sue me, that she's not even a real lawyer.
Yeah, people keep saying that she's a
Yeah.
prosecutor. I think the only thing she's been prosecuting is prostates.
Out like
Ooh.
J-Lo? With the, I mean, for a woman to prosecute
At
prostates,
this
she's got to
point,
get some extra, some, outside support.
Well, it's all in your view.
I can't put my,
Enjoy the view.
can she put her finger on it perhaps?
I don't
oh
know. She
no.
put her finger on a lot of things she should have mind her business on. The question is
Mm.
when someone asked her a direct question about her allegedly illegal husband, will she tell the truth? Salute, what's going on? I'm trying to
Girl,
like all
everybody
these
ain't
people
your
are
friend.
liars.
I'm telling you, everybody better start singing Mo 3 talks about it. Rest in peace to him. Girl, everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your partner. Girl,
okay.
baby mama's gonna be on the stand raising their hand and all that. Like, yes, we've been telling y'all it's about to get tragic for a lot of you ne'er-do-wells. We told you. I'm tired of telling you, and instead of listening, y'all done sent a lot of these
Oh,
roaches
look
through
at
here.
the view. Look at the view. It's something,
Like,
she's not that big a woman.
she must be wearing she's had so much work done. Oh my God.
So what's he about 5'6"? I'll tell you, I'm tired of these little bite-sized villains.
Is it? He looks short.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's always
He's
the
a American
Pinky and the
guy.
narcissistic
brain
fraud.
looking ass motherfucker.
See, I need to see a picture of his hands, because if he got those small Harvey Levin Carney hands, then I'll know.
Oh, that's
funny
Miss
is-
Lady. Mm-hmm. Girl, yeah,
Miss
she ain't,
Lady,
she
yeah.
ain't gonna she gonna take a break from her show soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not
Yeah,
sure,
that's her.
who
She's gonna
is
take a break from her
here,
show real soon.
this is the True Mod Squad. This is all that is real and all that is holy that is left of the YouTube Hunger Game Wars, and we came out swinging clean on the right side of things. We have QH, also known as Quentin Heisler, also known as Kenzen with a wrench, and don't dare him to use it. We have Head Mod, Ayasha Lashebe, also known as the Natural One, who is our prehistoric mod. Yes, she's so much of a prehistoric mod, they named her after a dinosaur. And we have the Mad Hatter herself, the spiritual warrior, not gangster, and she doesn't have grandma's seizures while she's managing her
Girl.
YouTube StreamYard contents. The Lady Grace, and trust me, she be giving y'all grace. Welcome everybody
Are we trying?
to the panel, and everyone. This is who is here. So yeah, let's just be clear. It's just wild, because no matter how many times we share these stories, it doesn't seem to create enough public outrage for people to realize we got to make this stop. Like, let's just be clear. The AllyCarter distraction. Let's take a little posy-wozy, shall we? Let's take a little posy. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you think the AllyCarter exposure is another big distraction. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's a relevant topic. One in the chat, if you know it's bullshit or shit to be exact. Two in the chat, if you think it matters in some way. I just, because at this point in time for me now, she ain't nothing but another victim. And she's not a victim of the elite. She's a victim of that person who's been running around calling herself her mother. 3, you just confused. You confused. It's all right. We're going to help you get unconfused today. Because we need to go through the timeline. Because what I've learned, yes, and her name is Tori Outlaw. Her name is not AllyCarter. Her name is Tori Outlaw. And she's definitely a victim of Shelly. And yet, she's been one of the biggest voices in the great industry exposures, correct? I mean, like, when you talk about names and they talk about people who are out here kicking knowledge, spitting game, breaking down the walls, Gene Deal. Yeah. Jaguar Wright. Yeah. Finally, Natanya Rubin and her triumphant story is making it to the foreground where it should have been all along. You got Ronnie Bowe speaking of the tales that he learned of the black boule parties for the black so-called excellent elites while he was in jail with R. Kelly. You have Jennifer Huff, who was a victim of Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty, who's also a whistleblower. There's a lot of real whistleblowers that people are forgetting about, but the names that you hear are the ones that they can't stop, like mine and Jean's, or the ones that they promote, like your Legina Golds, like your, your Lamisha Fullers.
Like you said, the Legina Golds.
Laura Rex or whatever the hell her name was.
I know.
Yeah, the Amora Alexis Wright, the fake CPS girl turned real after she did that awful interview on Real Life.
It's crazy because I was at the grocery store the other day.
All right,
You saw her the other day?
Joanne, I want you to brace yourself, honey, and this is not me being mean, okay? I want you to brace yourself. Yeah, she's lying. They got a mama over there on the King World channel, stalking Delight. They got her over there saying that Tupac is not her father, that she called her real daddy, and they want to bring her back so she can get some help. The woman said, stop taking whatever stuff she's giving you. And as it turns out, Shelly Carter's name ain't even Shelly. Her name is Rochelle something, Hawks or something. She adopted her under an alias. How does that work?
What?
Let's be real.
Yo, what? Lord.
Shelly Rochelle worked for the system. She's supposed to be some kind of counselor or something. Worked for the system. Got involved with Tori Outlaw's family. Got all up in Tori Outlaw's mind and convinced her to file a report with CBS against her mother, saying that all kinds of wild, crazy things happened to her and her siblings, and all of her siblings were forced to be removed on an emergency order on the word of Tori and Shelly Rochelle. Yeah, and they speak. Yeah, they've been speaking against the CBS. She was talking about the children. The children. Bitch,
wait a minute.
You the kid.
Wait a minute.
Let me get him up. Bitch, you the kid. You the CPS kid. That's how you could talk about it so much. You the kid. The children. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wait a minute. Like, is this anyone else's first time hearing all those new details in full like that?
That came from her mama, LaWanna Outlaw. This Shelly Rochelle woman.
My heavens, like, there are so many questions.
Now, this is the thing. Her name ain't really Shelly Ray Carter. Her name is really Rochelle Hawks, but she changed her name to Shelly Carter to adopt Tori Outlaw. Like, if this doesn't sound like teleporting 101, I don't know what is. We've been sitting
if the
here
public has heard, see what I'm talking about? This is what I said last time.
Oh, let me say this, Grace, and then I'm gonna mute up and make my coffee, and you please run your mouth, because we need to shake people awake. We need to shake them. But I don't think they're understanding this one fact. This girl was victimized and her family was targeted by the system. Then she ran off with the woman who set the whole family up. They changed their names.
Man.
She gets adopted, making this woman her next of kin. And now they out here in the street getting money.
And she
Why
got the
disparage the black community and all of the true heroes of the black community, which we know ain't real. That shit ain't real. Meanwhile, they're sitting here talking about victim. She's the victim. And the mother, the fake mother, is the captor. We're watching allegedly pharmaceutical induced Stockholm syndrome happen before our very eyes, and then make this poor confused woman the paragon of truth and exposure for stories that we know are lies. Where are the authorities? Where is Shelly Ray Carter, Rochelle Hawks? Where is her Crime Stoppers? Where's her Crime Stoppers? They ain't got no Crime Stoppers for Shelly Rochelle. That just don't sound right. That sounds like selective outrage to me. Because they got all kinds of Crime Stopper, weird this, weird that, for a woman that never did nothing that they accusing her of and don't want to let it go because I'm going to be able to sue them. And the longer y'all take, the bigger my bag is going to be. Persecute me and believe that. Meanwhile, we've been watching this crime be committed for 5 years. Yeah, I'm muting up. Go ahead, Grace. I'm not.
Man, hold on. Like, I don't like when people try to talk to people like they're not intelligent. Y'all, did y'all hear that? So, if this is accurate, because I have a lot of questions, and trust me, I need more questions because I'm not liking this answer. You mean to tell me, does anybody know where did this white woman, or when did the adopted mama, whoever, when did she come about? I heard that she sat here and was whispering and shoo-shooing in Ally's ear. Okay, got that. Where did she come from? Did she meet her at the schoolhouse? Where would the CPS worker have time to shoo-shoo in anybody's 16-year-old's ear? Did they meet at the schoolhouse? And we just didn't say that part?
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Girl,
Is this like a
none of
modus,
the children got an answer.
is this like a modus operandi? Because
Like,
she's not the first white woman. You know, guess who else like adopted two black kids as they were phasing out of the foster system? Sia.
you said who?
Sia.
Sia. Real rap. You're right about
Sia
that.
did that
Q.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
don't know.
As she was,
okay.
you know, while she was grooming that dancer girl, what's her name? She was in West Side Story, Ziegler something. I can't
The
think of
Maddie
her
girl
name, but
from Dance Moms,
thank you,
that
thank you. Yeah,
trifling show.
yeah, the one that Sia has been grooming since she was little. So she's a busy woman, taking kids that aren't hers. But is this like a?
Mm.
I don't. Is it? I'm just seeing like a pattern. Is this like a modus operandi where we'll just give it to the CPS, the white lady, to take kids in the system, then make her
Well,
look like a saint?
oh no, you're onto something, Watson, because you know this is where I like to study things a whole lot. Like a lot of wealthy white people like to adopt young, unwanted black children. In fact, being in the city, being in a port city, I noticed that. I promised that was the last time I worked down there in them quarters. Y'all be careful going down there to Mardi Gras. You see people. Yeah, flesh is a very important business around the world. So no, don't be surprised on that. You definitely onto something. I'm pretty sure you keep looking, Watson, you're gonna find a whole long trail. But for me, unless somebody is not giving out all the accurate information, you're not going to tell me that the public like there are not bombs and fires going off wherever Ally may possibly be. Because as of right now, the public has heard that story for about 24 hours now. Where are the fires? Y'all not mad? Because unless this is a BS story and very well fabricated one, the public's not getting angry enough for me because y'all want to keep on talking about where's the children. If the public heard this story for over 24 hours, why is not everybody at their local government building standing there? Hell no, we won't go. We want everybody that's been accused of stuff harming these children. They're talking about CPS been snatching up people's babies, I think, for like the whole last administration. They've been snatching up babies, and parents are talking about something they don't know where they are. Excuse me, why aren't all the Capitol buildings? Why isn't there a mob out there?
They're the
You can have
same
your
ones
picture time.
at my door. The same ones who was knocking at my door, Riverside County. The same
Yeah.
ones.
Girl, Queen Mother, you know how mad I am about that, girl. I'm telling you still. Girl, the day it's time to get the concretes on them, then yes. Girl, anyway. But that's what I'm saying. Why nobody call? Look at the screen, y'all. Why has no one called 1-877? Why 1-877 they line that high? Why is 1-877? Why are they not making a public statement, breaking news on CNN talking about some excuse me, we can't take no more calls. Can y'all please stop calling? Like, when are y'all gonna disrupt it? When are y'all gonna disrupt the programming? Girl, somebody else take the mic, girl, because I'm about to get mad. You mean to tell me that this story has been in the public, in the knowledge of the public for 24 hours and nobody's Capitol building? Y'all don't have no politicians afraid to come outside for their lunch break?
Girl, this the Crime Stoppers. They telling everybody to call to give my whereabouts too. Why don't you call them on old Shelly Rat? Call them on old Shelly Rat. Y'all want to do something? Do something with your lives. There's a woman, this white woman worked for the system, and then she done took this, she victimized the black family, stole one of the children, and she been having out here lying about Diddy and Denzel and everybody, Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres. She done, come on now.
That's wild, man.
That's something. Thank you. Why Fox News is not saying breaking news? North Carolina Crime Stoppers, they got too many calls, and y'all about to have SWAT come there because y'all won't stop calling. Anything? Nothing? Like y'all got me mad. Somebody, girl, this is why I go off on the public, girl.
Oh, Jag, I don't know if I told you, but I think the Walsh parents formally adopted Megan's kids.
Oh
That's real
wow.
nice. Yeah. So that's not good on that front. So
Well,
to answer
I'm
your question,
sorry to
Grace,
hear that because that means she can't be feeling so good right now.
no, she's not. And so Grace, I mean, the racket, I guess.
I love you, Megan.
Oh,
Please call me.
Mm-mm.
You are not alone.
mm,
That's terrible.
Anyway, y'all was saying.
no. After that, well, Grace, to answer your question, I mean, when you have a lot of these, I don't know, these false idols as gatekeepers like John Walsh, I mean, I don't think people would know where to look. They think he's doing good work, so they think, I mean,
No,
but he's helping catch.
They all think they doing good work.
honestly, Quinn, my honest opinion, we just got a nation of punk bitches. For real.
Yeah.
Because in other countries, they're not having it. They're not having it. One child go missing. Girl, I'm telling you, Quinn, like we was a nation of punk bitches because they got multiple countries. It take one case. It get one child get harmed. One injustice to one woman. One messed up situation on behalf of the police taking out one of their brothers, and guess what? They got 6 million deep on the street. They're in the interstate. Ain't nobody going to work because the entire country is on the interstate blocking off everybody. You can't. Child in Jamaica back there in 2020, they was busting their prime minister in heads with stones. You're telling us to do what?
Understand this. When I told the story of Maria Antoinette and little Louis boy, I think they missed the most important part of the story.
Yes, they did.
It were the French national citizens that came and claimed back their province. You know, there used to be a time where monarchs and oligarchs and government figures had a certain respectful fear for the people they govern. Because if they should all rise up and turn on you, who you gonna run to?
Girl, like, I'm serious. And then Teddy, and then we try to sit here and be nice about it, but we can't.
That fear does not exist in America unless it is initiated by Caucasian colored skin.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And the only time we make a noise is when they want to call it a riot, and then everybody says, man, it wasn't me out there with a brand new TV and no receipt. Yeah, it wasn't you.
Yes. And I'm not for that. I'm not for that. Like, we have to do better as a people, as a nation. Everybody got to do better. Yo.
You absolutely.
Did y'all hear me say in Jamaica when they were told to stay at the house? They was busting their prime minister in the head. The prime minister was scared to go to work.
Americans are
out there in Brazil. I don't know what happened. Then something happened. Then people said, "Oh yeah."
But
what about Brazil?
We have to be very careful about. We have to be careful with that conversation, because what we don't want people to do is start reporting the video and saying that you're encouraging terrorism in some way by encouraging citizens to revolt against their government. See, you keep forgetting.
So we gotta play by the punk bitch rules. Understood.
No, we have to pay attention to what I just said. We don't want to piss the government off. Why is the government paying attention to social media? Why is there so much government presence on this app, and yet more crimes are committed, incepted, carried out on this app that's being monitored by the government, and ain't nobody? I want to know.
And that this right here should be void. It should say void on the top of it. Except void.
Girl, this Crime Stopper tag right here. And this is why. Because nobody's going to call it. So why we just go off right quick.
They pass it around on Instagram. And they pass it around. She's a villain. She's a fugitive. There's a whole white woman that stole a black child after she torpedoed the bed.
Right.
They made a whole movie about it with Sandra Bullock. Why would these punk ass bitches think that's bad? Adopting, I mean, taking black children from white people, Colin Kaepernick's parents. Sandra Bullock has black adopted kids. Charlize Theron.
See what Madonna's doing with hers? She's treating them like a whole backup dancer for Cirque du Soleil. It's out of control.
Was her Malawi was her hunting ground, right? I think it's where she got these kids from. Malawi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
God knows what happened to that poor child.
Shout out to everybody who's international.
He had siblings, and she had enough money to afford to adopt them all, so that family didn't have to be broken up. No, she just wanted her little pocketbook African child.
I want to rip those grills off her teeth.
And I'm gonna need for the international family.
I mean, it had become all the fashion at one time. Go get yourself a little African baby. Want to know what's interesting? Nobody bothered to ask about their doctor's visits. All of those doctor's visits before the adoption happened.
I just want to know if we're going there because, like, Girl TV, you already know we can take this international. I just want to know if we're going there.
People keep talking about the children.
We got to be nice.
And they keep talking about the children. And I keep telling them. They're right in your face.
Well, word is that she didn't even get adopted. She just got snatched up. So,
who's this, Odell?
Could you take over for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. This is the lady who is Tory Outlaw's I would say handler.
Okay.
I'm looking into it, but they said that's not the case. But I'm going to talk to some people. I know Too Strong is going to do a more extensive background, or he has some information. So I'm gonna follow up with him about that. But yeah, word is that she that there was no adoption. They just changed last names, or they changed names, and that was that.
No, and nobody blew up the 1877 line. I'm so confused. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Are y'all really ready to save the children? Are you? The number been right here on Facebook and Instagram for the last 20 some odd hours. They got millions upon millions of people on both those platforms. Are y'all really sure y'all are ready to save the children? This is why we all talk our big one at the house, and then we looked at y'all like y'all are crazy, because ain't nobody about to sit here and go on no devil mission for a public that is not ready. So we link up with like-minded people and we discuss what we do then, because the public is playing. The 1877 number been all in the Ethernet for 20 plus hours. And y'all talking about some, I think Ally lying. I wonder when she gonna be at the benefit. Call the authorities. Unless we are missing other information, call the authorities. What?
Diddler. I like that one. Who just said Madonna is now Diddler. Okay, that's clever. You get 10 points.
That's terrible. The children always got jokes. This is why I like the children. Their energy is great. They always got jokes in a situation where we just need some relief. Because child, did y'all hear? Ayasha, girl, did you hear that story that the people said? Did you hear that? Did you hear about what they just said? Ally's ordeal, the story? Girl, did you just hear that? Girl, no, we got turned.
It's so much. It's so many children. So many people missing in the United States alone. So many children missing.
I tried to interview. I caught like the OG victim of black market adoptions. Last time I heard she was still alive. I couldn't I couldn't get a hold of her. But Christina Crawford is like the original black market victim, because Joan Crawford snatched her up out of Nevada. Nevada, go figure, had one of the OG black markets for children if you weren't deemed fit to adopt in California in the 30s and 40s. So I would have loved to have her on, but she's older now. She's in her 80s, so she might not be. I don't know how her health is,
Yeah,
but
and she didn't earn her rest because look, like, how old did you say she is now?
got to be mid 80s at least.
You got to think about that for a second, Watson. Like, this woman is in her 80s. You know how many decades of the same shit she's been watching go on for decades. Like, yeah, don't be surprised if you feel like you know what I just want her to get some rest. At least you doing her a solid one. Because look at the public. Like, yo, we're about to let me remember that YouTube might get mad. Do you see like this every children? Do y'all see why community is so important? It's important. They cannot do this if we all are together. We can put these people out of business real quick. And this is when it all trickles down. Like, the macro is most definitely a reflection of the micro. It has to start at home. I'm still floored. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm still floored by what I heard that the public has just been given. Like, they're fully aware. They heard this. Now, if we're supposed to believe that this story is accurate information, at this point in time, why is that 1877 number not begging CNN to make a statement for y'all to stop calling? We done sent the authorities already. Children don't want to say, like, nobody's got nothing. You see?
No,
I bet you, honestly, I think that most people, the first time they heard about black market adoption, you're probably the first person they've ever heard that term from.
Yeah. You know, there's even a situation about the adoption. Well, I'll call it what it was: kidnapping in Haiti, where during that disaster there was a American who went in and, you know, was supposedly, I think she went to an orphanage or something, but she went and just got about 6 or 7 kids and was trying to leave with them and just bring them over here. Like, when we talk about the children, of course, our children, the solution. And let me bring this up because Uncle Mike said this on his last his last broadcast, well, a couple of days ago, and he said, "What are the solutions to help the children?" You know, I chop it up with big homie CC. We got some ideas, and Jag's gonna get involved. And there's a bunch of people that I know that just don't stand for human trafficking. You know, so we're not gonna. You know, there's a lot of people that want Jag to step up and become like an advocate for a lot of these organizations, which that's the move. But what can we do to protect ours? I know what I'm doing. I'm doing what I can, and like Jag always says, it starts with your family. But let me ask all of you guys, what are some of the solutions, or if you guys got any ideas, what solutions do we have to for the children?
Right. So I would think of it as, what are the solution for the parents too of the children, and why are the parents allowing themselves to get in whatever situation or predicament they are in to allow their children to be snatched or taken away, or some may be, you know, wrongfully taken away due to separation, like you said, with all the distractions going on, like the wars and stuff, and just big crowds and stuff, you know, kids go missing. I understand that too. But like in reality, in our communities, what are the issues with the parents that's allowing their children to be taken away from them?
Yeah, a lot of times it's economics. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna agree with Queen Mother on that one. Like, that's why I said community. We gotta learn how to take care of ourselves and each other. We can't do nothing else without that. because Big Homie can't go kick in all the doors. And everybody who keep kicking in all the doors, they all can't do that. Now, after they done kicking in the door, what are they supposed to bring them back to? Like we need community. We need each other, y'all. We need each other.
Yeah, we do need each other. But we do need that enforcement, like what Big Homie CC is on. Side note, y'all heard about the situation that happened with Trader Truth. The same attorney that's helping me with my case actually put me on to that whole little situation right when it was happening, because I acquired him, and he was telling me like, yeah, you know, and I reached out to Trey and said, hey, you know, if you need any help, you know, Jag got all kind of, you know, basically she has a platform that could possibly help you find retriever. And that baby's was gone for like 6 months. The mother ran off, and after a visit, you know, she didn't have custody, and I think Trey was basically 100% custodian, and the mother just ran off, and that was sad. And you know, fortunately it was the mother, but what I'm saying, you know, is like, you know, you got sometimes where kids something just happens to kids, and it, I mean, Quentin, I know we spoke on the whole thing with the John Walsh stuff, or Adam Walsh, where sometimes it's organized, sometimes it's not, as far as how these children are being taken. And let's just run it back to the whole thing with Ally or Tori. Yeah, I believe her situation is common. So it may not just be like a, you know, the boogie monster. You know how they tell us, oh, don't take candy from a stranger and all that. And, you know, like, it's usually somebody near you that's gonna, you know, possibly do something like that. And I think that lady gained her trust and was able to, you know, take away the mind.
But she started out as a stranger. Because the truth is, she was brought into her life on a professional capacity. There's no way there should have been this kind of breach for a personal connection to grow so strong that trusting her became greater than trusting her parents.
Right.
We live in a society where children are not only told and encouraged, but are forced to listen to people that they don't live with, that are not their parents. It does not make any sense that we live in a country where if you tell your child, this is what it is, this is what it is, they go to school, and the next thing you know, the school says, well, your parents can't tell you anything. Let's bring in the state. You can take hormones and you can be a baby unicorn by next week. Fuck you mean?
Right. I tell my kids, I am your teacher before anybody. Period, point blank.
Girl, do you know how disgusting it is to listen to young Black people who have gone to jail and come home and say, man, I thank God for my CO. I thank God for my PO. Man, my parents ain't never teach me anything.
Thank God for your PO. That's wow. That's sad. I mean, if you have nobody else.
Oh, yeah. Understand this. Yeah. By the time you make it to CO and PO status, you've already been through the first jail system. It's called the educational system. Schools are ran no different than jails. And you want to know what's funny? When the schools can no longer serve the food that they get from the state to the students in the schools because it's right there at the expiration or just past the expiration, rather than throwing it away, you know what they do with the rest of it? They sell it to the jails. And they give it to the inmates. Ain't it funny? The same milk prisoners is drinking, they drank in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. Like, are we not seeing the pipeline of compromise that our social system has turned into?
God, school lunch. You're bringing back bad memories, Jag. Ugh.
Seriously, that damn. I was so glad that I was shalom and I couldn't eat pork, because there were days I questioned how those kids could just put mustard on them pork roll sandwiches and trust it.
Some
mustard
kids,
on that pork roll.
I shouldn't make fun of them, but there were some kids I just questioned. I think they had. I mean, their parents, they weren't from, they got fed at home. The point, and they'd eat that school pasta. Like, oh God, it's just so good. Like, man,
You could
don't have
always
much
tell the
taste.
kids. You could always tell the kids that was being abused at home because they enjoyed the
Yeah.
school food.
Oh
See, that's
my
how you
God.
know who's being abused and who's being neglected. Yo, can I have an extra milk?
No, that's for real.
Because they need that for breakfast if they don't got school breakfast at the school. They need that extra milk to take home so their little brother and sister can stop putting water on the Frosted Flakes.
Don't bring that milk to my house. No,
Side
no.
note, that when in junior high, that was my hustle. I had like an extra locker, and I worked at the cafeteria. So, as a reward, they didn't pay us, but they would give us like extra stuff, and I would have I had a locker full of sodas, and I was getting money. But let me bring it back to Miss AllyCarter, who started the breakfast program for the kids to encourage kids to go to school.
Jimmy Carter and his wife.
No, it was the motherfucking Panthers. Remember?
Right.
Oh yeah, it
See?
was.
They
Carter.
co-opted it.
Program and all that.
Rosalind
So
had
they
everything
took the
up.
program away from the Panthers so that they could jack it up and poison all the kids. Ain't that hoe?
Just like what they do with the
Yep.
herb.
Rosalind Carter was the biggest cheerleader for Jim Jones in the 70s. She mainstreamed him.
She got quiet real fast after that whole Kool-Aid thing. Dude.
No shit, because it was her. She gave him like street cred among like suburban America. Like, oh, he's a wonderful man. He's a wonderful
Well,
Christian.
you remember Jimmy's sister, she was the sex therapist who converted Larry Flint into making sure that all of his graphic sex scenes look like depictions from the Garden of Eden. Do you remember that?
Seriously?
You don't remember? Yes, it was Jimmy Carter's sister. She was like the Christian Dr. Ruth, and she believed in teaching the beauty and the joy of sex and marriage. And she got her hands on Larry Flint, and they baptized him. Man, I'm telling you, they baptized him, and then all of his porn. They said it was the worst years of Hustler. They said, I don't want religion in my porn.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, good times in the White House. Oh my God! Wow, yeah. Like if you go back and you look at the old Hustler magazines when they kept running the Adam and Eve thing, and they had Adam taking them from the back with the apple, and the snake was kicking it, watching. Like, it was wild. Yo, shout out to Larry Flint, man. He did his best. Old sex demon like him. He tried to give it.
Yo, well, it's wild out here. The people don't understand.
Seven went down to Georgia.
Ooh, child.
Ooh.
Ooh, child. And then when it didn't
I
go
guess
the way
why-
they wanted to go, they popped him in the back and put him in a wheelchair.
You want to know why it's so funny to me? Like, the people's reactions to what you tell them is always astounding to me, because there's always like, I can feel the shock. People are just like, oh my God. And it's like, yo, how many times she gotta tell you?
Larry
This
Flint.
is a real
Not
wild
Flynn.
movie.
Not in like Flynn. Larry Flint. Oh, wow. That's fabulous. Honey, you inspire me. He just put together some new thumbnail artwork. It's quite fabulous. I love it. Y'all better wait. I'm telling you.
All the Carters are bad. You got that right, Laura. Yeah, Laura, all the Carters of every line, of every cousin. They're bad news. I hear you.
Just saying, I don't understand why people need to glorify people to believe in them. Like, I can't say that I believe in
You
Donald
remember
Trump
how
as
we
a
talked about
person
the other day?
at all. I can't say that at all. But what I can say is that I believe God has put him in position for a very unique time in history, and I believe he's going to follow through. That I can say. See, that's the problem with everyone. You know, you start supporting something and then you have to be the greatest because you keep taking the fact that that's nothing more than a human being. They are designed to disappoint you. There is not a human being that's ever lived on the face of this planet outside of Yeshua. And as we know, he was a little something more than human. You know, there is no human being that has never disappointed anyone. We're going to disappoint people because we're people. But see, the real beauty in it is learning from that mistake. Oh, there's somebody back here. Oh, this must be this Randy, honey. I think this Randy. He got that demonic thing going on. You want to talk, Randy? Is that you want to do? You want to come by and have a little chizat? You want to try to corn bomb me today? You know what? I think this is the banner we going to use for bringing old Randy up. Let me do mine. Oh, that's fine. You do whatever you want to do. You in there? Hello, welcome to the Jaguar country. This is Jaguar Wright. How can I help you?
How are you, Jaguar? I'm not gonna porn bomb you. I'm an advocate to get the laws and penalties changed when it comes to pedophilia in this country, man.
Well, please be careful with saying that word because you know that's a bad word on YouTube. They don't like you calling them out.
Yeah, I know. I've been dealing with it I've been dealing with.
Yeah, we got to say the
for 3 years.
The PDF file.
All right, it's your channel. I can respect that.
Well, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
What is it that you'd like to say? Because we haven't gotten to Q&A yet, but you sound like you have something impassioned on your heart. So,
well, I'm a survivor of childhood abuse like that when I was a kid, and I have my own channel here on YouTube, and I'm just doing whatever I can to get the laws and penalties changed when it comes to this problem in our country. The laws and penalties are not strict enough. They're not harsh enough. And when somebody can sell a bag of drugs to somebody and do 30 years, and somebody can take a child's innocence from them and do 2 years, I got a problem with that. And until that changes.
But the thing is we're all frustrated by it. Do you want to know what the most frustrating part for me is? Nobody's willing to see that all of this is government sanctioned, and not just sanctioned, but allegedly encouraged.
Oh yeah, I get it. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
It makes no. We can sit here and scream to the all high heaven, but the only real course of action for us at this point in time is to start forcing the government to do its job, even if they don't want to.
Yes, absolutely.
So we have
oh dear.
We have
oh my.
I love my baby. We have what we have is we have a petition that we're working on. 15,000 names will be able to go to the FBI and demand that they do more than they're doing right now, especially here on YouTube. But we need that petition, you know. So if you would help us get that, so we can help you get what you're looking for, because the truth is, YouTube is starting to look more like a grooming breeding ground than anything.
Yep. How did they discover Justin Bieber? On YouTube. So
Haley and Chloe, handpicked by Beyonce, here on YouTube. We're sitting here watching, hey, our sister Natanya Rubens in the house. Shout out to the dopest The dopest nerd, the dopest everything.
Yeah, shout out to you, love.
Um, we have to get to the point where we're stop being gullible. Like, come on. If it's gotten to the point where real media is being affected by the information that's being shared and used on YouTube, and the lies are now registering as true on Google for real credible media sources to go and share. Like, we actually had to have someone retract and do a whole retraction just a week ago. And that created all holy hell. You know, this is our problem. Once we gather, once we get together, if we keep reporting, if we keep dropping things off, if we keep taking it there and nothing happens, investigation slumped, not enough information, don't have enough manpower in the budget to be able to pull off all of this, which is why I started doing what I did and built the crew that I've built. Because if we do all of the work for them, and then we come to them with 15,000 names at minimum saying, this is what the public demands you do. This is what we've done. What are you going to do? Now, see, if they refuse to do that there, now I get to go to my congressman. Now I get to go to Washington. That's what I'm prepared to do, G2K. How about you?
I'm ready to do whatever, Jaguar. Like I've been at this for a little over 3 years now, and just let me know. Give me this petition. I'll get as many signatures as I can. I'll put it up in my community. Seriously,
Right now,
like
it's currently on my Patreon wall, but we're gonna take it and drop it in my community. We're going to drop it in my community wall today. All content creators who are covering these matters, all content creators who really want to make a change, get your hands on that petition. Push it out to your people. Sign it today. 15,000. That's enough to
G2K.
make them do their job.
yes, sir.
I just want to say I appreciate your candor and true, genuine, sincere compassion for your journey and your story. Just to come off the bat and admit that you're so passionate about this cause because you were a victim of it yourself. That's very brave and shows a lot of integrity. So, bravo to you.
I
Thank
don't
you.
want all of your effort to be in vain, G2K. And the only way we can beat it is by working together. There's enough
Absolutely.
people working together to keep us from moving forward. We got to be able, we got to be able to make it happen ourselves.
Absolutely. I'm not a person with a lot of money. I'm really not. You know what I mean? But I got what
Voice
I got is
and a
what I got is
platform.
dedication and a passion to stand tough on media files. You know what I mean?
Well, you
Like
do me a favor. Could you make sure that you let us know? Maybe stop over my community wall and just drop, some information, a link when you're going live so we can come and hear what you're talking about and find a way to be more supportive neighbors in this big fight.
you got it, Jaguar. I'll give you my word on that. I will.
That's
I
what
will
we're
do
all
that.
about right now. There are so many negative algorithms that are winning. The only way we're going to break
Yes,
through is we join hands, like hands across America, and create a firewall around the truth.
absolutely. And I got my hand out and I'm just waiting for people to grab it, man.
Well, here
Like
we
for I
are.
heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like I got goosebumps from my head to my toe, and I'm telling you, like I get death threats every single day in my emails from people fighting against what I'm trying to do, calling me all kinds of names, and like I ain't going nowhere. I will be a force to be reckoned with, and until like one child, one child is one too many. I know what it's like to have your innocence stolen from you before you even know what innocence is, and no child should ever have to feel that and know what that's like. And until that happens, I'll keep fighting. I will die screaming my last breath to stand tough on pedophile.
Well, brother,
100%.
let's help us. Let us help you make sure that your screams are heard.
I appreciate it.
Before
I
you go
appreciate it.
today, please make sure you drop your link to your channel in your chat so my mods can circulate it. And
All
I
right, I
just
will
want you
do.
to know you already won the second that you refuse to be quiet.
No more. No more.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too, Jaguar. Everybody
And
else
we're
on
going to be
panel.
stopping by. We're going to be stopping by. I can't wait to see what you got going on over there.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Thank you,
I
neighbor.
look forward to it. And thank you for doing what you're doing, Jaguar. Like the biggest thing, like you got somebody asked a question earlier, what can we do to help combat this? Educate, educate, educate. You have to educate your children because it's not stranger danger anymore. It's the people that they know best. It's the people that they're around every single day in their lives. And until people realize that it's the ones that are closest to you that are going to hurt your children, that's a little
I
screwed
call
up.
it furniture. It's always the furniture that gets you.
Exactly. That's a good one.
You know,
I might have to steal that from you, Jaguar. No, I'm
the
just kidding.
living room chair that everyone walks past. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. For sure.
that's
For
yours.
sure.
You ain't got to steal it. It's yours. Spread the word.
Hell yeah. I will too. I will too. I didn't actually think you're gonna let me come up here because I wasn't invited, but I appreciate it. Obviously there was some reason why you did, and I appreciate it. But yeah,
Well, let's just blame it on what usually makes me do things I don't understand either. God.
Oh,
there we go. There we go. With God in our hearts, we can do anything we set our minds to, and until
Anything.
and the stop at the end of my name of get to know literally stands for stand tough on pedophile.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you.
So thank you for everybody for letting me up. Thank you for letting me come up here and just
Absolutely.
talk to you guys for a
We'll
minute.
be
I
on the
appreciate it.
lookout.
All right. All right. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
God
All
bless.
right, ladies and gentlemen,
God bless.
get to know.
I'm good to
Standing
know.
tough.
Oh yeah. Like a boss, baby.
There it is. There it is. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't wait until Trump comes back to work. He hates these people almost as much as we do.
If you want a good laugh, go on Ivanka's Instagram. Her latest post. She looks drop dead gorgeous as always, but things are a
Yeah.
little nippy in the photo. If you catch my drift.
You know what? I'm telling you right now. That girl, she the closest thing anybody ever gonna see to her mother. And her mother was something else. She was ballsy, she was smart, and she knew how to grab a billionaire by the cojones.
Ivana had hard nubs too.
I mean, Ivanka is just Ivana, but the nickname version of it.
Yep,
She's her mother.
that's chick.
She's her mother. And we gonna leave that alone. God bless America. But I'm grateful that we just had that conversation with G2K. Never seen him before, never seen his channel before. And that's what I love about what we're doing here. We're community building, but we're building in the right direction. For a long time, those of us that have been here for a while, we've been building and building out, but we kept hitting roadblocks because we didn't realize we were working with the enemy. You got to ask yourself, how many of these weirdo content creators have infiltrated or intercepted and got there before someone who really cared that did? Like, even in and if Maggie has time, I would really love it if she could make it up here to panel for a little while, because it would be nice to see a conversation between the old and the new mods. That would be fantastic. But it's just, when I think about how many people got cut off from me who needed my help because they made it to a Dee Dee the Robot channel or a King World channel, or how many people were forced to go. It's just troubling. And the reason why they're still gaining traction and they're still making it is because people are still showing up and they're still listening. And they're recruiting at an insane rate. There's a few people that have been backstage for a little bit. Do you guys feel comfortable with talking to some people before we wrap up? Maybe we can take a little minute.
Sure, if you allow it.
Okay. Well, then, Dee Dee was here first. Dee Dee Foxworth. Welcome to the porch. How are you, Dee Dee? You have to unmute yourself, darling.
Yes, darling. Hi, Jaguar. How are you,
Well,
darling?
I'm well. Happy New Year. How are you?
Happy New Year to you. You have to know that I am a great supporter of yours. I love you. I support you because you are a woman of truth. You are the greatest fighter of all victims of all kinds. And I love you for that. The one reason I did come up, I was actually earlier in the comments and I became blocked. And I'm trying to find out if I got blocked or I wasn't seeing my comments. So I don't know if I don't think I said any. Yes, dear.
Golden, what's your screen name?
Okay, I'm okay, here's the confusion. I'm Dee Dee Fox. I am Golden's mother. We sometimes come on together. I am Golden Queen's mother. I am Dee Dee Fox. I'm Dee Dee Fox. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm mommy. Yeah. But yeah, I was in the chat with you earlier, dear, and my comments weren't coming up, and I don't know if I did anything wrong. We were talking about AllyCarter. I think I made some comments about that. But maybe it's just a glitch. I don't know, but I didn't see my comments.
But I want to thank you for tapping in so we can take a look into that. Now, I need you to understand right now, we're at war. This is full troll hell war. And our mods are operating with a finger trigger, with a hair trigger. And if they see anything, who look this way or that
I've been paying attention, Jaguar. I pay attention. I see what you're going through, what we all going through as Jaganators. I see what we're going through. Yes.
I hate the way they went after your daughter's channel. That was insane.
Yes.
Insane. And guess what? Got to keep building and rebuilding and just make sure if your channel should be taken down while you're in arbitration, while you're fighting your appeals and all of that, make sure you let all of us know when you're going live, because we can still fight through the firewall that they're trying to use to slow you down, and we can keep pushing it. Look at what we did with Maggie.
I see how wonderful. God bless. God bless. I love Maggie. God bless.
And guess
God
what?
Bless.
We got the same love for you and for your daughter. We got to support our truth tellers like they support their liars.
That's right. That's right.
We got to have the same enthusiasm. So I don't know if there was anything that you wanted to add, but we are looking and we're going to get that corrected. And please, everyone know that Golden Queen H and her mother, Dee Dee Foxworth, they're Jaganators. They're family.
Yes, we are. All day, every day, all day, every day.
Family takes care of its own. But if any of our mods don't remember doing this, that means we got a spy in our midst that's trying to get rid of real supporters. And guess what? I snatch you down.
All right now. All right. And I just want you and Odell to know that there is much love that comes from me and Golden. We're here all the way. And we will be here. I'm trying to tell you, because the one thing I can say is I love children in a good and healthy way. I love children. And when anybody hurts a kid or anyone, it tears a socket out of my heart. I'm very angry. I don't like this. And I know that our God and us, we will indeed one day put an end to this. I know we will. Yes. Hi, Maggie. I love
Oh, blessings.
I love all us Jaganators, and we have to stick together, network,
We are.
research, do whatever we have to do. And
And we
together,
are.
with God's help, we're going to get it done. We're going to get it
Amen.
done.
Ashe.
Amen. So
Ashe.
I'm not going to take up all the time, Jaguar. Actually, everybody's here. I want everybody to have a chance. Everybody talk. I talk fast. Y'all forgive me. I'm a fast talker. But I love you and thank you so very much. And girl, be blessed. And I know God got you in his hands. He got all us Jaganators in his
Yes,
hands.
he
And we're going to
does.
get it done.
Yes,
Love
he
you
does.
all. Love you
Love you
all.
all. And thank you for
Okay.
showing up and thank you for your support because what we're getting done, we need every last one of us to do it. Thank you.
Yes, we do. I'm muting down now. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye,
All right.
sweetie. Ladies and gentlemen, Dee Dee Foxworth, mother of one of our Jaganator queens, the Golden Queen H. Now, we have a few more people in the backdrop, but we're going to take one more because she really has been waiting here for quite some time. Heather Peterson, welcome to the porch. How are you? Good to see
I'm
you.
great. How are you?
Oh, we're great. We can't complain.
I
You're
can't
right.
believe I'm talking to you. I'm a little bit nervous, but
Oh, don't be.
I've been following you. I found your music first.
Oh.
Yes, and then like a year later, I started seeing you on YouTube, and it's such a beautiful mission that you have, and I just am a supporter. I would love to have a channel myself, but I have low vision issues, and I just can't really do it. But
Well, you know what though?
I'm a
Can you
supporter,
talk?
however.
Can you talk?
Yes,
Can you
and I can
respond?
sing.
Yeah. And guess what? All you need to do is find you a producer like I found me one. Have him do all of that stuff with his good vision, and you lead the future with your voice because that's just as important as anything else.
Well,
It took
thank
me a
you.
while to learn how to do the tech stuff on my own, and I'm still learning it. I mean, I was a total dinosaur. I
Me
didn't
too.
even know that SMS meant text, like text message. Literally, until like 2005, 2006. I had so many of them, and I thought they were bill collectors, so I just kept it. And then my cousin went in my phone. She said, "Oh my God, look at all these text messages." I said, "What is that?"
Yeah, that's a lot of messages to go through.
People been messing with me. Oh, but guys, Ayasha, let her know it's really not as hard as she thinks. Give me one second.
Look, I'm still learning too as we, go on and on because there's so much you could do on these apps with all the editing and the, just being creative. It does get overwhelming sometimes, but if you just go for it, just press that live button and start talking and, just getting used to the controls and everything, you'll catch on. But
Well,
it does.
thank you.
Yeah.
And
I am
would
still
love
on
to be a part
Zoom.
of this movement. It really is very important to me. And there's been so many things in my life that have been confirmed through you guys. And I love Maggie and all of you. Like, I follow all of you now. I found you all through Jaguar. So I just want to say thank you. And this is such a great moment. Jaguar, you're such a beautiful artist. And I fell in love with you there first. Like, I just really appreciate your music a lot. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. And I just want to let you know, I'm glad that my music reached you first, but I'm glad that my words kept you around. And, what I've learned about me is that sound is my superpower. Whether or not I'm talking or singing, that's my superpower. And God gave me the ability to be able to reach people. I can see why the Illuminati was so mad that I refused to stay, because to have someone with the kind of gift that I have, it can sway a lot of minds. It can sway a lot of, can you imagine if I had been willing to, lead
Because
people
you get
off
to
the
be powerful
hell?
this way and doing your music your way and uplifting people. And music is very powerful. It's a conduit of spirit. I think musicians have a special.
It is. Oh, very special. We are we are very much so endowed with one of the greatest gifts of all time, because sound is our greatest teacher and our greatest influencer. And it also can heal, and it
Absolutely.
also can destroy. So, I just want to thank you, because I see the light in you and it's so bright. And, I hope I bump into you at a coffee shop one day and you're just having a great set and I can just sit there. You just seem like the kind of woman I could go to a beautiful piano bar with and she just takes us on a ride all night. You got
Absolutely.
that spirit. And I remember my coffee shop days when I would come and sing Whitney Houston covers at the Supreme Bean down on South Street, about 5th and South in Philadelphia. When I was young, all I did was gig and practice and work and gig and practice and work. And that's why I became as skilled as I became, because I never stopped being in practice. And
Absolutely.
now I get to apply that to a much larger goal. I get to stay in practice with keeping people awake and aware.
It's definitely your calling. You're very powerful in the most beautiful way. I just appreciate you. And I'm a Texas girl, so maybe I will see you at a coffee shop
Oh, that would be
sometime.
fun. After they drop these charges or the warrants or all of the district attorneys get dementia, hopefully that'll be sooner than later. We'll be able to do that without you having to worry about, hold on a second.
Right.
Somebody doing this in the middle of our cup of coffee,
I look forward to that.
Oh, absolutely. And just please, if you got something going on, drop it on the community wall. Let
Okay.
us know.
Okay,
But
I will.
I think the more supportive we become of each other publicly, the more work we'll be able to get done with the public.
I agree. There's power in numbers and in community. It's really important to me. So,
Mhm.
And thank you for being a part of ours.
oh, I love it. Thank you all.
Yes.
Oh, you have a wonderful, wonderful, and happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year,
Ladies
Jackson.
and
Nice to meet
gentlemen,
you.
Heather
Happy
Peterson.
New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Bye, guys.
And I see Dee Fox is back. So
Dee Fox is,
in the chat, I see her.
yeah, fabulous. Well, I'll say this. If you lost a wrench, you're going to have to talk to Odell. When it gets to the point where I see Maggie's name on the block list, I get a little nervous. Who would block Maggie?
Oh, yes. Who would do that?
Why?
I bet you it was old Dee
Oh,
I bet you old Dee got a secret wrench and she came in
No,
and
no,
she just decided she was gonna put you in your place and she couldn't do it.
Old DD is something else. Not even gonna lie.
Don't forget to make sure you type so we can make sure everything. I'm telling you, that girl literally broke into her ex-boyfriend's house. She jumped the fence. She fed the dog. She took her shoes off, tiptoed through the house in the dark. You remember that song I was singing with y'all the other night in the members only, the footsteps in the dark? Those were her feet.
No.
The house, and then she went up there and seen him in the bed with the new girl and lost her mind.
wasn't that an episode of Orange is the New Black where one of the women
I don't know, but if art was imitating life, they got the story from her, just like Blink Twice got their story from Lamisha.
I just watched it finally last week. Oh my god, it's a trip.
Did you see Lamisha?
Did she make a cameo? Was she in that? I just didn't notice.
No, it's her story. So everything that
Girl,
happened.
Diddy out the house.
Mhm.
God, Gina Davis played a pretty good groomer. Oh man.
She drugged Diddy out the house with her own bare hands, saved his life. And then he tried to choke and drown her in the Baltic Sea, and then the mermaids came.
Yes.
And just when she thought she was safe,
Yes.
she got tag teamed by Garfield and the gang. You know, when it gets to the point where people start talking about, be it, you know what? Hold on a second, honey. Pull up Jaguar. Pull up Jaguar. Cause see this, Jaguar is probably like the perfect example of when, like, you know, Lion has really gone just a little bit too far. Oh, honey, it's on my shorts, isn't it, old Jaguar? I took her out of the studio. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Will it let me add it if I try to pull it up? Because I'm telling you, this is exactly what Lamisha and them is looking at me right now. Every time I look at Jaguar, this is how it's looking to me. I lied to you. I can't pull it up. You're going to have to share it from my channel. Yeah, because, you know, no, seriously, like Jaguar, like that's what we need on industry exposure. We need Jaguar. Because Jaguar, listen to me. Don't nobody want to talk about it, but she gonna talk about it. You hear me?
I forget when you dropped it, but I feel like that needs to. That you said there's a reason that Channing Tatum.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think he was too believable in his character, and considering his prior engagements in the Hollywood world, in the strip world, and all of that, I'm sure he knows plenty. Like, I think everybody's forgetting that whole Magic Mike thing was a ripoff of his real life, because that's how he worked his way into the game. Is stripping and dancing.
Yep. And it's one of his biggest first movie was with Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
The one where she plays a boy.
Exactly, she's the man.
My
she's
God,
the man.
I haven't seen that in 20 years.
It was one of my favorite movie until, you know.
Channing Tatum is fine as hell, and guess what? That ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he felt betrayed, almost as if Zoe tricked him into doing it. Because the truth is, that's going to be a character he's going to have a hard time living past.
Sincerely, it was the first time he actually acted well.
Yeah.
Chatham is not a good actor, but in this role...
Oh, he played it.
He told a story. He was on set once, and they were pouring boiling water into his wetsuit. I forget what movie it was, and he accidentally burned his dick because he.
Oh God!
They didn't tell him, or that he poured boiling water. He thought it had been, what's it called? It had been iced or whatever, and he didn't know. And it's so he told in the interview, he burnt dick. He had a panic attack. Had to get morphine. I'm like, well. I mean, but if he's a Diddy doo-wop bop, perhaps that was for the best. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
That was God.
That brings a whole new meaning to that old Southern phrase, boiling your ham bone. It reminds me of a story that I heard about my grandfather, Buddy. Because, you know, he used to sleep butt naked. Well, you don't know, but I was told my granddad used to like to sleep butt naked with his socks on. And, you know, so one day he had gotten up and went to the bathroom. And that was back when sewer rats was still freely floating around. And, you know, he was hanging out there, you know, handling his business. And I guess, you know, that sewer rat just couldn't resist and bit down. It said my granddaddy was running all down the street squatting.
Ouch. Ow.
That rat got, I tell you one thing, that rat got cut.
That
rat probably got cut. Ooh, the incidents that we had in life. It was so funny, but you know, are we ready, babe?
Funny for us. He probably didn't think it was very funny.
let's just take a little moment and let's look at how an industry exposure should really play out. Because, see, if you're going to do it, you got to do it right. And Lamisha, Adrian, Legina, Tori. Because I can't call you Ally no more. Your name is Tori. Your mama named you Tori. I'm going to call you Tori. You got to do it like this. Let me know when we're ready, baby. We ready? Here's your industry exposure.
Sesame Street? Yeah. Like things were going on there?
Why you think everybody was asking how to get to Sesame Street? Because they was having freak-offs every night.
Whoa. Like with the puppets?
Let me ask you something. Big Bird, man or woman? Nobody knows. Why you think no one come forward and talk about it? I talk about it. What it's like getting assaulted by an androgynous bird? Why you think Oscar the Grouch was so grumpy? Because they gave him to the diddler. Don't you think you'd be grumpy too after 48 hours with the diddler? Sunny days? Taking the clouds away? Don't get me started on Snuffleupagus.
Post.
Don't get me started.
Now that's how you give it.
Who did that?
That's how you give an interview. You hear me? That's how
Can you imagine being assaulted by an androgynous bird?
Yeah, that's how you do it. See, that's how you can tell Lamisha really wasn't studying. Because if she had seen Jaguar, she might have got some of that right. That's how you get it done. And Snuffleupagus, don't get me started on Snuffleupagus. And you want to do, that's how you expose man or woman. Great question.
Right, the greatest question. Shit.
Does anybody know what was really going on Sesame Street?
Why is everyone asking where is Sesame Street?
They had to freak
I
off.
can't know.
You heard what Jaguar said?
That's probably why the ground is so grouchy.
30 days.
That's why all them parties he was having. He was so gross
every night.
He said, "This got to stop."
You heard what they said about poor Oscar. Oscar apparently is the original Justin Bieber. They gave him to the diddler for 48 hours. And look at him sitting in that trash can.
You would be grumpy too.
Yeah. But you know, it's one of those things that we really gotta Mr. Rogers. We ain't even gonna get into won't you be my neighbor? I like the puppet show, Mr. Rogers, though. It was something about that little train. And it ticket. Where do you want to go? But see, no, my favorite though, because
where do you want to go?
Lamb chop. Lamb chop was my thing.
Lamb chop, play along.
You remember Lamb chop?
Oh yeah, Charlie Horse.
No.
Charlie Horse was Charlie Horse. Yes,
this is some American.
We are not talking about Bert and Ernie because we all know how we feel about Bert and Ernie. They were the original odd couple, and I do believe they are LGBTQIA plus.
Right.
That rubber ducky and get in the tub with me. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Oh yeah. See, that's part of the reason why I love bathrooms and bathtubs, man. That rubber ducky thing was popping.
Was James Earl, because you said that James Earl Jones was on the down low. Speaking of people that voice Muppet, well, or voice Darth Vader, or just voice, animated figures. Was he at the freak offs, or was he just on the down low?
He was just on the down low. I really do
Okay.
not. Oh yes, and peppermint patties. Like we used to have such great characters on. Don't you get me started about them daggone Teletubbies, because y'all know. And if you don't know, let me make this very clear. There are certain. Yes, Fraggle Rock is definitely compromised.
What about the Teletubbies?
I'm telling you right now, them Teletubbies, I think they did it. I think they did it. No, because if you notice, they never said no words. They was always doing frequencies, noises.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there like,
Sounds like Eminem's
Wait.
latest album.
wait a minute. No, think about it. You're sitting your children down, supposedly watching educational programming, and it's just these big weird blobs bubbling all over each other, bumping into each other. Like,
And the
telling
big
you right
baby.
now.
Did you see the son? The son was a big baby that would just do. Was
I
so
know.
creepy.
And they wonder why children have regressed.
Well, no, you could be onto something when it comes to. You might be onto something though, because they were colors, right? The red one was the younger one. He was always running around, knocking stuff over, going on high speed. The yellow one was happy all the time, bouncing and whatnot. The purple one, I forgot what the purple one did, but I think the purple one,
They were addicts. Speaking
And
of
the
special
shapes.
magical
You might be onto
crack
something.
language. They sound just like drug addicts do when they run out of words and not drugs. I'm serious, man. These Teletubbies were a problem. But see, it's all of this stuff. Like if you go back, remember Underdog, which we found out it was all in his mind. He was schizophrenic.
Right, just like the Rugrats.
And when he would go to you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When he would go to get ready to do his special dastardly deeds, he would pop open his little watch and he popped that pill. And I could leap tall buildings. Yes.
What about Pokemon?
We ain't gonna talk about that. No, I got my own theories about the Pokemon. Honestly, they look like sex toys, you know. I'm not gonna lie, Pokemons look like sex
Pikachu.
Pikachu sex toys that resemble, yes, the Pokemon.
Pikachu?
Yes.
We got
I'm
in
telling
trouble
you.
in
Oh,
third
my
grade.
childhood. Oh, the Care Bears. What about the Care Bears?
Well, they say Karen is sharing.
I never liked them.
All of it. All of it has
I'm
something.
telling you, they've been playing in our faces. They done encouraged us all to want to be on DURSs. They've encouraged us all to want to be LGBT. And guess what? You don't even have to be that. You could be a unicorn. My Little Pony. You can be whatever you want to be. And it's funny because, meanwhile, we're sitting here joking about, all of the propaganda, but we're not looking at how they're also discrediting all of the magic that's inside of us.
No, you said it. You said it.
Because all of these characters that we're talking about from our childhood had special magical powers. There's a little girl I know right now so frustrated with her parent that she wants the Elsa powers so she can freeze her parent. It's wild. All of the things that
I love it when the children get creative.
Oh no, it's beautiful when the children become creative, but it's not encouraged enough. And if we're really looking at it, we start teaching our children to lie to themselves, to not trust their instincts from very, very young. And a lot of these instincts that we have are to protect us from predators, are to protect us from the boogeyman, are to protect us. But if we're constantly encouraging children to not believe in themselves, to not believe in the magic in themselves, the only thing we could be doing is turning them all into victims. When you steal a child's confidence and imagination, you steal the soul of a child. Tell me I'm wrong. Come on, we got women here. I'm muting up. Talk that talk.
You're right about that. Children, they're like little sponges. They gravitate to any and everything. So it's what you teach them that help them grow into who they need to be, not into who you want them to be, but into who they need to be. You know, and steering them the right way that will succeed. That will be an ultimate progress if you do the right thing as a parent. You know.
Well, you know, the moment that you're neurodivergent as a kid, people are gonna try to mold you as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, they're gonna label you, and then they start giving you, you know, different type of like things to make sure that you fit the mold.
Yeah. I think that's why they discourage people from dealing with your energy and disciplining your energy. You know, we don't realize how much bad energy we allow in our lives on a consistent and regular basis. So much negative energy, so much doubt. You know, when you hear people encouraging a child not to believe, yeah, you just need to do this, you just need to do that. Why? You know, when we talk about the Bible, people talk about the Bible all the time, but it says, you know, one of those loose statements, and a little child will lead them. You know, you hear Yeshua oftentimes talking about suffer not the little children, let them come unto me. I once heard that misquoted on an episode of Law and Order. And then that's when I realized, okay, they all propaganda. But one of the DAs has said, oh, you were talking about there's no God in this world. And even in the Bible, Jesus said, suffer the little children, and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And what kind of God doesn't want to be around kids? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, who the hell proofread that script? Because not only did they totally misquote the text, but they framed it to make the power and the reality of God look unreal. It was framed for atheism. It wasn't framed for those who believe. And then they blamed God for what these bad people were doing, you know. And how the text actually goes is, suffer not the little children, let them come unto me. In that moment, Yeshua was, you know, sitting with the people and talking with the people. And, you know, the disciples kept flogging the children off. And he said very simple, hey, stop that. Don't begrudge those children. That's the energy I want around me. Bring them here. I'm going to get further with them than I will with y'all. And that was God's way of letting people know that it is that childlike spirit that saves us. It's the adult that betrays us. It's the child that saves us. And so when you look at generations and generations of broken children who become parents who try to teach their children how to be broken just like them so they don't feel alone in it. You know what I mean? And this is the way it is, you know. A lot of people push bad tradition in a family. oh, well, the daddy had diabetes and granddaddy had diabetes and great granddaddy had diabetes. He probably be into about 50. You know, like diabetes isn't even real. It is a condition that comes from not eating right.
Right.
Nobody has to be a diabetic, but they don't tell you that. They tell you you inherited it. This came from this, and this came from that. No, it came from eating the wrong foods, eating foods that your body wasn't meant to have, becoming addicted to things that are tearing your body down, and the effects of not properly taking care of your machine. That's it. We got whole campus, the fight on diabetes. The fight on diabetes ends the day we stop making people drink an animal's milk that it wasn't meant to drink. Milk, you're supposed to drink the milk from your species, not another. And yet we pump our kids full of it. And guess what? When they started pumping hormones into the cows to make the cows mature faster so that they could pump out more beef that only clogs arteries and can possibly cause heart attack if you eat too much of it, and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo and blase, guess what? Those hormones went into those animals, and guess what it did? It went into their milk. And then you pump the milk out, and then you put it back in the store, and then you feed it to the children. So you got roided out milk that you really shouldn't be drinking anyway, that you pour all over high fructose corn cracked cereal, and then you tell that kid to eat that every day for 20 years, and you wonder why they sick? That's insane, isn't it?
It sure is.
Because the last time I checked, if you keep putting bad gas in your car, gas that does not perform well for your vehicle, guess what it's going to do? It's going to break down. And if you ain't got enough money to get it fixed, then what you going to do? And then that's how you get this Luigi Maggione guy. You know? That's how we get to him. All of it could have been avoided if our government wasn't so greedy and also trying to micromanage how we live and evolve. Has anybody not noticed that a lot of the stuff that we eat, it clogs our perineal gland, it fogs our mind? Maybe the reason why the world is so blind is because we keep eating the very thing that's covering up our third eye. See, this is the stuff that the government don't want to tell you. You go to the store, you buy their food. Their food is engineered to make sure that your body breaks down on schedule so you can then go from their food to their medicines. And then after they work you all the way down and they've drained your pockets, you got your son on deck and he's raising his child to do the same thing. And now the government has a lifelong generational pipeline of willing crash dummies that they get to profit off of. Ew. Ugh. Ooh. Does anybody else feel greasy too?
The government is freaked up.
Yeah, the government needs to be put away and a new one needs to be established.
And guess what? Guess who they let take our food journey into a complete and utter disarray? The Gates family. They let them buy up all of that foreign farmland. They started messing with the seeds, so farmers are forced to buy new seeds every year. And guess what? If they're forced to buy new seeds every year, that means they're getting them from a specific source. And if they're getting them from a specific source, then that means that source had the ability to genetically homogenize and transmogrify and all of this stuff before it even goes into the ground to be grown.
Right. So it's not organic. Right.
The second that they started using animal hormones like pig hormones as preservatives that they pump into the vegetables. You ain't vegan. You just a tomato eating pork eater. Imagine that. You went through all of that time to buy all of that organic food just to be eating hog mugs. Because that's what they're doing. They've been playing Doc and Frankenstein about food for how many years? How many sodas do you let your children drink that had yellow number 7 in it? Because that's pork based. And everybody knows that the pork is a filthy animal, not just because Muslims said so, but because it is an animal that is designed to be a garbage disposal for the land.
Yeah.
For the land.
A pig can eat a body. Like, what are y'all talking about, boy?
Number one,
the fly?
seven hungry feral hogs can demolish and complete a human corpse in under 8 minutes. Yes, they are filled with parasites, and you want to know why? Because they're God's garbage disposal, and they weren't meant to be eaten by human beings. That's why if you look at a pig, it has no pores. The whole purpose of pores is so you can release the toxins that are in your system. Pigs can't do that. That's why they pus at the hoof. And guess what? It don't matter how many times you try to cure it, bleach it, fricticide, hang it, beat it, all of that. All of that stuff is going to be in there. My question is this. Why is pork like the top selling meat in America if America cared about its citizens? Why is the food that we sell in our McDonald's here in the United States not sold anywhere else in the world? Because this is the only place where you're allowed to sell things that aren't technically food as food for human consumption. McDonald's during the pandemic almost got thrown out of Europe completely because they were sneaking American product over there, and they said, we don't serve that to people here. They got sanctioned. But they don't want to talk about that, do they?
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah. They want us all unalived, and they want it on a schedule. So that they could get the insurance policy ready and get the new social security numbers ready for the next. Like when we look at the Matrix, what do we see? We see a movie, or do we see that Sophia Stewart was telling us the world that we're living in and how it's going to end up? We are all in the pods. Plugged up, consuming fake stuff, allowing our minds to be controlled by digital imagery. Like, this is real.
Right,
they out here taking us down. One fork at a time, one bottle of milk at a time, one pound of pork at a time.
One disease at a time.
One disease at a time. We have all of these venereal things going on, people's bodies being compromised. Yes, we're the cattle. You better believe it, baby. We got all of this stuff going on.
We are the experiment.
And we're worried about AllyCarter. We're worried about Lamisha Fuller. We're worried about Adria English. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that victims don't deserve the proper attention, but we also need to be giving more attention to the remedy, not to licking the wounds and binge watching on the weekends. Yes, alkaline your bodies, because in an alkaline body, cancer can't live. A lot of people with colon cancer, young now. A lot of people in their early 20s on insulin, taking needles, needing shots. We are a sick country on so many levels. But see, it's the teleporting, the transferring that's keeping people all upset. It's keeping people all, because guess what people do when they get depressed? They start to binge eat, don't they? They want to sit down in front of the TV and then they go traumatize, monetize, traumatize, monetize. And this is a multi-level pyramid game that this country is running. But as long as you're sick, as long as you're distracted. Like, don't think that me and Odell don't know that a lot of the stuff and the attacks that have been happening on the app over the course of the past 2 weeks is because what they really afraid about is the first episode of the Jaguar Wright show. By the way, honey, you want to roll a little something? We'll go out with. But I just want everybody to understand, when it gets to the point where too many people are focused in one direction, that keeps leading to nowhere, and everywhere where we need to be looking, they keep creating distraction to make us look away. We got to beat that urge. Do yourselves a favor. The next time you see something that gets your interest, that sparks your interest, take a little trip down Google and see if what you heard matches what's really out there, or see if what's out there is conflicting or competing. Isn't that what you do, Maggie?
Absolutely. All I'm doing is checking everything and making sure that what they're saying actually makes sense with what is happening in the world. But everything that you were saying about the food is just, I never thought about what is going on with, like, why was pork such a problem even in the Bible, or even like my mind is just blown. I'm so sorry.
I'll never forget, we did an experiment when I was in the 5th grade in Christian school. And we all got pieces of uncured pork that were cut straight from the carcass, and we all had little, like, electric skillets, and we plugged them up at our station, and we put the piece of raw uncured pork on the little hot plate, and then we just poured iodized salt all over it. It took less than 4 minutes for worms to be everywhere, crawling out of the flesh, crawling out of the meat, crawling onto the hot plate, sizzling. Yeah, that was all I needed to see. And then of course you hear people, well, it's cured. They got all the worms out. I don't want anything that had worms in it to begin with.
Oh, look.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yes, it is.
Scary. And the truth is, the way they go out of their way to make the good food so expensive, so that you can justify buying the bad food because of budget. And now with the value of the dollar going down, like, we literally, while we were traveling, went into a market, no eggs. There were no eggs because of avian flu. They're doing recalls now. Question is, how many households potentially got infected eggs before they did the recall? And why is it not on? Why is the news of the recall not on the news? So many important things that just don't seem to make it to the news these days. But I need everybody to really take into consideration when it comes to the AllyCarter distraction. And we're going to get ready to wrap up on here, because don't forget, we got the after party at Set in the West. And I haven't even checked to see if we made our goal. I set a goal at the beginning of this live, and it's for 50 super chats, $10 or more. And if we hit it, Odell and I have decided we're going to do a secret meet and greet. For those who were able to donate, it will be in California.
Nice.
And once we finally hit that goal, we're going to book a little place and we're going to break bread together. And you guys are going to be able to get to sit down. I'm hoping that at least most of our mods can make it. And if we have to make special arrangements so some mods can be there, that would be great. But our core people, we would love to be there. And I will cook for everyone. And we'll sit down and talk.
Yay.
So that's the special meet and greet that Odell and I have set. And that's it. That's the goal. 50 super chats of $10 or more.
Right.
And once we reach the goal, once we get to a live where we reach the goal, we'll schedule the meet and greet. Because we already have the location. But I don't want people to think that I'm afraid to meet people. I'm not. And I want you people to actually be able to be around me and get to know me for yourself. You know, Ayasha is the only person here on this panel that can say she has spent time in my company on more than one occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Ayasha is no longer just my head mod. Even though they lied and said she was my sister and she was the one that called the popo on me and sent them to my condo, even though she didn't do that.
They try to say all kind of stuff, yeah. But you are cool.
Girl, they so bald headed.
They are. Jaguar is cool and
I mean, your family.
Wow, those
and the
people are
kids
unwell.
are family to me, you know, and I love the fact that my head mod is the mother of 7 beautiful children that she's raised with love.
And none of them have a system.
And none of them. They tried to bring the system to you, though.
Okay, they tried.
They tried. They tried.
Know that.
Disgusting.
Kimmy
Disgusting.
Kimmy gave a robot Ayasha's address and they sent the CPS over there.
Not one.
Wow.
It's been an adventure.
Yo.
But yes, to all my Jaganators, whenever we hit the goal, we'll set it. We're gonna schedule it, and I'm really looking forward to this. I want you guys to be able to sit down with me and have a meal with me that I cooked. And we could talk about music. We could talk about the efforts of how we move forward. We could just talk, laugh, or, share stories with you of the things we really don't talk about online. And there's a lot. Because as you see, they're busy and they're always watching. And they're always watching because they want advanced information so they can try to stop what we're doing. But yeah, if you guys would like to do a real life mukbang with us, soon as we meet the goal, it'll be in California, but you guys are welcome. And of course, we'll be documenting it. So, hopefully we'll be able to set it up where it can just be a special members only offering for those who could make it. And then we can broadcast it for those who couldn't so that they can be a part of the experience as well. I'm very big on experiences. I believe in them. I believe that when you spend time with people, it's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're looking forward to it. So we're going to keep setting this goal. And if we hit it or don't hit it, we'll keep putting it up until we do. But once we hit it, we're booking. And I want to thank everyone who did Send in a super chat today. It's not
Yeah.
your fault that we didn't make the goal, but make sure you're encouraging other people, if you've already done it, to get in there and to help make the goal so you can get your meet and greet. We all got to learn to hold each other accountable for the things that we actually want. Put a little
Yeah.
skin into the game. But the last thing that I want to say is, when it gets to the point where we're no longer paying attention to reality, we're ignoring all of the true danger signs to pay attention to the fake ones, we have to ask ourselves, what are we looking at? What are we seeing? Where are the authorities? Why is everyone talking all of this? Oh, the cops and the feds and the this and the that. And yet all of this is going on and they're nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Oh, and by the way, everyone who has left a super chat today, you automatically go into the starred comments. So I'm going to make sure that we gather up all the names. So the next time we do it, I want to make sure it's already acknowledged. And don't forget, first come, first serve. Don't think you get to, come in late and then you get to supersede somebody that came early. Everyone will be acknowledged on the list. And maybe we'll put together a little something just of a tally of what we got going on and encourage people to keep on doing it. But once we hit that 50, we're bucking. So listen to me. I wish I could be as amazing as Natanya Rubin, but she is a great role model. I hope we all live to be as strong as that woman. I hope we all live to be as strong as
she's a survivor of that. Shout out to her.
She is and always will be. And I just want you guys to take into consideration that if the internet, which I believe, in my opinion, allegedly is influencing the internet, if the internet was able to trick all of you into investing in the AllyCarter story for about 5 years, as long as I've been out there, let's just start there. AllyCarter appeared when I first started doing my industry exposure. I want you guys to really think about that. I was there. I came forward and started speaking out, and AllyCarter appeared. Now, 5 years ago, no one knew if she was telling the truth or lying. She was just out there, and some of the things that she was saying sounded like it was mirroring some of the things I was saying. And then they've created more and more distraction people as we go along. Let me pull up the thumbnail for the day, because I don't want us to forget. These are YouTube distractions. For some, justice denied. For some, justice lost. I'm hoping we'll be able to say found as well. But let's just be clear. Look at all of these people. Look at them. Adria English. Put a 1 in the chat if Adria English is a YouTube survivor. Put a 2 in the chat if you think she's a YouTube distraction. I'm waiting. YouTube survivor or YouTube distraction? Yeah, I would have to say so. How about the next girl? That's Legina Gold. Did y'all notice that?
She looks like what's the Wade's trans daughter? So that Gabrielle, what's his name? What's her name?
Yeah, the son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
She looked like Zaya Wade.
Yes.
Yes, Zaya. Yes, Zaya.
Is that too harsh? Sorry.
No.
Nah, Zaya is better looking than her. Oh God.
I'm just saying, honestly, to me, it looked like she was auditioning for a Wayans movie. Black chicks this time. Rather than white chicks, black chicks.
if Nene was on Ozempic, if Nene was on Ozempic, because remember Nene used to have that white chick's wig.
Listen to me. But
the title alone gets 2 snaps up.
I'm telling you, that wig of all the wigs, you put that wig on that girl. And somebody let her walk around like that. You know what? And this is just how I feel about it.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
They all come for me with that wig. Honey.
Hated it.
Piss-colored yellow is a nice touch, too.
I just can't.
Somebody pissed on her head? I mean, that's just, I tell you.
That's Legina Gold. That is the girl who sat here on YouTube in 2023 and tried to convince everyone that she was R. Kelly and Aaliyah's secret love child. Who also gave birth to 2 of Drake babies, and they got blonde hair and blue eyes, and they half skin, half dark, half light. I don't know, but that's what she said. She used to hide in my bathroom with the door locked, under a blanket, sometimes in the living room. Like, couldn't nobody see? Yes, very Flip Wilson, very Geraldine, very much so. And she sat there and was talking about how Drake did this to her and did that to her. Honestly, if you want to hear all about it, you just go on over to the Patreon and check out the Woodshed Project, revealing Legina Gold. Now let's just see it. Put a 1 in the chat if she's a YouTube survivor, or put a 2 in the chat if she's a YouTube distraction. Yeah, because she was trying to explain to me the color of her and Drake's kids.
What the fuck?
And I couldn't. And she was like, well, they look like me, but they're very fair, but they're brown. How are you very fair and brown at the same time? And then when she told me they had blonde hair, blue eyes, I said, oh, she just been watching that damn Game of Thrones. Ain't nothing but Targaryen, baby.
Oh my God, she was the Valerian.
Yeah, she a Valerian. And she gave Drake Valerian, baby. And she gave him a Valerian disease. No!
Valerian disease.
I can't. No, but seriously. This is it. Yeah, Aegon Targaryen. Dracarys.
He's like Gwynyon Targaryen. Oh my God, I can't.
I'm done. Well, Not. He used to run around talking about he was a Targaryen and saying Dracarys.
No.
Yeah, but before that, he was T'Challa. Last year, he had a whole that I am T'Challa. I am the Black Panther. And it's so funny because now Andre Titties Jr. has the T'Challa on his wall. I thought they didn't like each other. Yeah. Buchichala.
Maybe
Chichi
he wanted to
Manchala.
be.
Chichala. He the Chichala. He the Chichi.
Oh my God, Chichala! Oh, Chichala! Chichala! Yes, yes, I agree.
Ooh, have mercy.
Does she always look like that?
Okay, listen to me. Look. Okay, now number 3, right here, dead center. Lamisha Fuller, the author of Blink Twice.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Lamisha.
Look, I ain't even gotta tell nobody. They already put into it. Yeah, Chichala.
Oh no, Chichala. This is his name for me now. It's done. Thank you. Chichala for life.
That's it. Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you that they've been using a little bit too much of that vibranium. You ain't supposed to be smoking vibranium.
Oh my God, Chichala.
I can't, Chichala. Lord.
Has anybody seen Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman?
No.
The film Prisoners. Anyway, it's about a couple that, I don't want to spoil it, but they kidnap kids. This lady in the middle, I don't, maybe it's just a bad picture. I don't know her, but I'm just getting kind of, that she has an It mask in her van vibes.
It's the picture. It's the picture.
Yo, I'm done. Chia pet.
Yeah, but I love that picture. I love that picture. Oh, thank you.
God.
You love that picture?
All right, so we ain't even gotta. We don't even.
Normally,
gotta,
we only see her fake cry. Now that's a good picture.
Yeah, you're a star, baby. You're a star. Now, here we go. These other two faces are too big. These are 2 big ones for YouTube. Jaguar Wright and Shanquilla Robinson. YouTube survivors or YouTube distractions. Put a 1 in the chat. If you think Shanquilla and I are real survivors, put a 2 in the chat. If you think we're distractions, but more importantly, put a 3 in the chat if you think we're both. Ooh. Definitely survivors. I mean, poor Shanquilla passed away, and we're still in survival mode, just trying to get justice for her.
Right.
Justice for Shanquilla is not being taken seriously, and that's why our investigation into the Cabo 6 will be picking up. I might actually be doing an episode about these distractions.
Yeah.
A little bit more in detail.
3 and she's a 1.
Yeah, she's definitely a 1. And I think I'm 3. Yeah. Because
they're making you a 3. And they're trying to push her out. In the contrary.
Yeah. When her story should be being paid attention to.
Exactly.
I hope she'll get justice one day too. But you know what? We won't have to hope if we just keep pushing. Because at this point in time right now, I think it's fair to say that YouTube has become completely unreliable when it comes to the information that's shared here. And it has become too reliable when it comes to pushing false narratives and agendas. Dark propaganda, black propaganda. Candace was talking about it on her last installment when she was discussing Justin Bieber, and we need to stop being blind. We just can't afford to be blind anymore, and we have to stop letting people turn relevant stories like Shanquilla's and mine's into distraction, while making sure that justice is never properly addressed in real life, while pushing distractions like Adria English, like Legina Gold, like Lamisha Fuller,
Courtney Burgess.
But the one that I didn't even bother to ask y'all to vote on is the one that's looming in the backdrop, because in my opinion,
oh my God,
AllyCarter is the worst of all of these.
Yep.
This is the worst, because now that we know it's not real, now that we know she was lying, now that we know that her information can't be relied on, and all of the things that she has said, for what? See, the most important is the question that I love when my black Al asks. She doesn't say who, she says why.
Yep.
If we know it's all fake now, if we know she's been lying, if we know that that woman that's been running her is an absolute menace and a teleporter, or at worst, a kidnapper herself, what would make them take this big a chance to go into doing fake industry exposures to try to combat against me?
Because let's be honest, excellent question.
That is why we have AllyCarter. For her to just pop up out of nowhere with no real industry ties, nothing but these horrible, horrific stories and tales, real tales of trafficking. Did none of us take into consideration that because the Shelly Ray Carter, Rochelle Hawker, whoever she is, that the reason why Tori's stories were so believable was because she was giving her real stories to tell.
Oh my God.
Which means she would have knowledge of where to look for the children.
Absolutely.
And meanwhile, while everybody's trying to throw me in jail for telling the truth, don't nobody want to call Crime Stoppers to report about these crimes?
No, what's the point? Those people are weird as hell.
No, we're not worried about reality. We're only worried about thumbnails. Yes, MK Ultra is messed up, and guess what? We are all living under it, but we all have the ability, if we use the discipline, to take that out of the game and put real critical thinking into the game and really save some lives. I so wish I didn't have to keep hiding the witnesses that I look out for, that I advocate for. I wish I didn't have to do it. But if you can see how Diddy and Jay-Z have been manipulating the media and the law and government, why are we not questioning Ariel Kidd?
She's still representing Courtney.
How can you represent? There's nothing to represent.
And she begged to go back on the case of Adria.
Oh, really?
That's what Adria said.
I guess they want to get Adria back in line because she's straying too far away from the plan. Ariel, I know you made a mistake. I'm going to find it. And then I'm going to ask you about it. Because I do not believe you are a lawyer. I believe you are a low-level fixer. And you represent way too many YouTube distractions. There's absolutely no way that all of this woman's clients who have come out publicly have now all been blown out of the water as frauds, scam artists, and unreliable. What kind of lawyer picks those kind of clients? And I think it's time for people to start asking how she's getting paid by all of these clients. Because what I've learned is you follow the money, you'll find the truth.
She was ready to pay Adria $1,000 for a month.
You want to know what's funny?
To just sit down.
You want to know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what Diddy's investigators and Jay-Z's investigators have been offering to pay people. Why is nobody talking about the fact that Tony Busby does have a legitimate lawsuit against Rock Nation and Quinn Emanuel law firm for them bribing people? They have them on record. They actually have them recorded offering someone the same $1,000 that Ariel Kid offered Adria to shut up. How long is it going to take? You sit down with the wrong lawyer, there goes your client. There goes your witness. This is real. And so are the distractions. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is Adria and Courtney even in contact?
Yeah, at all. Why are they working together? Why are they selling weed together?
I don't know.
Name Freak Off.
And they have more than just a business relationship.
Yeah, I know. And listen to me. They got the weed name Freak Off. You think they ain't freaking off?
Oh, poor child.
They freaking off.
Oh, yeah. I think it was just D that told me that he was basically salivating over her boobies.
Yeah, I'm sure. I hope he can make it past all the scars.
Ouch.
All over all her body. Them glasses must be thick.
Well, to be fair, now, because of you, he knows that he can hit it raw.
Yeah,
He should thank you.
You welcome, Courtney. At least you won't catch that. I'd like to catch the Holy Ghost and beat the... Anyway. See what I'm saying? Distractions. And it's so easy to get caught up in the distractions. Some of them are funny. Some of them are just alarming. But we got to get past being distracted. And we got to get to the point of pure focus.
Did you see what Bliss Forever?
What did she say? What did she say?
She said that Courtney and Adria are supposedly fiancé.
I can see that. He's a dead man and she loved to inherit.
Yes.
Because whether or not the Illuminati get him or his diet. Like people talking about, oh, call Jag's lawyer because she's threatening to unalive Courtney Burgess. Oh my God, she just threatened his life. I'm not threatening his life. The fork that he puts up to his mouth threatens his life more than I ever could. I don't have to want that man dead. His diet is doing a great job of it all by itself. Why would I need to do harm to somebody that is literally unaliving themselves with every bite that they take? And now that the coals is out here, you already know the C-19 is going to be on alert. And Courtney Burgess got everything that COVID loves to eat. Everything. Hi, Cole. Hi, C19. Courtney, wait for you to go on over there, pick him up.
Yeah. Adria knows a good deal when she sees one.
I'm going to tell you, so you better hurry up and marry him now, Adria. Otherwise, you're going to lose rights to your freak-off weed. Get married now. Get that paperwork, or tell him to adopt you. That seems to be popular.
Oh my God. Yes.
That's the theme here. Yes.
Oh no. The fact that those people are not reporting on the whole Ally situation since the beginning, and that she was the daughter of Tupac, it's weird. It's so weird.
No, they just want to get ahead of the story so they can control the fallout, because they don't want anybody to believe that AllyCarter is a plant that has been being run for almost 5 years. They already knew what Shelly Carter was, or should I say Rochelle Hawk, or whatever her name is. They already knew it. The question is, who is Shelly working for?
Yep.
Because they brought all of this out to try to find a way to derail my campaign. See, that's why they don't want us getting to the bottom of Ally, because Ally proves that they've been trying to get in my way and shut me down, or find something or someone to discredit me for almost a half a decade. I want y'all to really let that sink in. Let that sink in. A half of a decade. They've had that girl out there lying, either trying to find a way to intersect her into my story to discredit me, or to make me compete with her story.
Without any question from the troll farm on her. Nothing.
At all. But now they want to get ahead of it, and they want to bring it down, and they want to bring it down, and they want to traumatize, and they want to monetize, and they want to traumatize, and they want to monetize, and they care, and they care, and they care, and they're going to care her story away just like they did Shanquilla Robinson. Period.
Wow.
Now, if I'm not the real deal, why have they put so much great care into creating all of these distractions?
That's the question.
All of these distractions. Now, I got something back here.
They say we got a storm coming. So let's party until the lights go out. I've been performing on stage since I was 13 years old. It's 34 years of my life. And one of my greatest musical influence was Frankie Beverly and Maze. Before I Let Go is probably one of my favorite records. And I'm sure some of y'all. So we decided that we were going to bring this back. I actually recorded this record 5 years ago. And I'm grateful to do it here for him. Rest in heaven, Frankie Beverly. And let's do the Let Go. Go ahead, drop it. I'm used to having a mic stand. And even though I could, because they're short memory of an artist. I don't care how long it's been. You can still do it. Killer Mike proved it. Who else from my generation wants to help them? As a generation, Generation X, we pushed out some of the most amazing talent and amazing music, and then we watched society pick them away one by one. Almost 30 years later, we're watching it happen to another generation of brilliant artists, one by one. The list: Biggie Smalls, Takeoff, what's the difference? Tupac, Nipsey Hussle, what's the difference? We're losing. We're all here together now, and I'm asking you in this moment, cruelty-free artistry. Let that be our agenda. And I'm saying this as a Gen X, Xer, we fucked up, G. Let's fix what we broke and give it to them, and give them a chance to do what we didn't get to do. There are so many amazing young artists. Let us help them find their way with love, because you can make a hit record without hurting somebody to do it. My name is Jaguar.
That's a little bit of my life.
Right, that was beautiful.
I was bumping. Oh my God. Your music just, because, there's some fake music, like, AI generated, that you bob because it's an easy beat. But when you sing, I just feel transported into another world.
Right, it's natural.
It's different. It's a different feeling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now imagine how angry the devil is that I didn't let him use me.
He's still mad.
And guess what? He can stay mad and can scratch his ass and get glad for all I care. Go tell Amisha full of how much you don't like me. She talking with you. But see, this is the reason why the industry swore out all warfare against me and then started victimizing me in my real life, using the media, using, corporation, all of that. Why would they stop that if it wasn't hurting their agenda? And that's why I'm here, to remind everybody there is an agenda, but we don't got to live by it if we don't choose to. This is supposed to be America, where there's supposed to be freedom of speech and freedom of choice. And yet everywhere we look, censorship is happening constantly, all the time. Let's learn how to ignore distraction and learn how to create real traction. If I can take what I give and put it into all of you, and all of you can push that out from yourselves. See, that's what they're really afraid of. They're really afraid of me infecting the world with love juice and everybody just dripping love everywhere. That's what they're really upset about. Because where love lives, hate cannot reign. If there was more love in the industry, would there be all of this crime? Would there be all of this corruption?
Nope.
Another artist wouldn't see as destroying another artist's life or career or reputation as a leg up in the game, because they could never do that to them, because they see themselves in them. See how that works? And then you have people like Aleister Crowley, who taught all of those things, perverting the true meaning of love and making it all about self-worship. I don't need nobody to worship me. I never wanted anybody to. What I've always wanted is for people to be grateful for what I push out of me, because that came from God. And as long as I honor where that came from, they're going to dishonor me. How dare I not teach people to be selfish? How dare I not teach people to be to succumb to this nonsense? How dare I not push drug addiction? How dare I not push alcoholism? How dare I not want every little girl to look like a snack for the devil? How dare I want people to be regarded for themselves? How dare I want people to be heard equally without being capsized or just blown asunder somewhere? How dare I want women to be able to sing without having to be naked to do it? How dare I? Sex sells. So does crack. There's a lot of things that sell. And just like my Annie used to always tell me, I'll free the vineyard. Everything that's good to you ain't good for you. Yeah, it feels good to be loved. It feels good to be admired. It feels good where everybody knows your name. Yeah, until everybody knows your name, and then they turn on you, and then they want to come and rip you apart. See, that's the problem with it. Vanity is the devil's greatest sin. It is his most favorite sin, because it's the one sin that the second that it's instituted, it's on remote control. You gonna work it yourself. All he got to do is come and check in and make sure you still ruining lives. And then he leave, and you keep working it yourself. See how that works? I will never teach anyone in humanity that I am better than them or greater than them. See, I do know what I'm better than, but I know I'm not better than anyone. Even with my gift. And my gift is exceptional, and I know it. And at any given time, I could use it to do whatever I wanted to do. And yet all I've wanted to do is share and teach people how to share and to keep sharing and giving and loving. Shout out to Heather Peterson. I really do hope I get to hear her sing one day. Because see, that would make me happy. Yes, vanity. It's a hell of a drug. Hell of a drug. So let's remember, while we're cruising through these YouTube streets, you know, be careful of what you're listening to, because most of the time it just sounds like this.
First of all, we must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection. Now, if I may retain my liquids here for one moment, I'd like to continue the redundance of my quote-unquote intestinal tract. See, because to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumvent
all of the circumcision that should have happened.
Oh my God. The fact that it was written Rife the Wise, I was just like, yes, this is him. He is he.
I know.
Yeah,
I
that
know.
dumbass. That idiot.
Oh my goodness. Listen to me. When I seen Ratchet Gregory,
oh my God,
running his commentary, I said, yeah, this boy lost.
Oh no, Gregory needs Jesus.
Let me tell you something. Not even Jesus would take that fool. You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me? Listen to me. I'm telling you right now. Every time he pray, *67. They block his prayers. I'm telling you. Take the phone off the hook.
Not this man again. Not this man again.
Oh no. They listen to me. They'd rather listen to Chi Chala.
Oh no, no. Chichichala. No, Chichichala is not as interesting. I hate Chichichala.
Oh my God. You know.
Oh no. Gregory is just in love with you. You have to forgive him for that.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm just as offended by that as I am by Tysha Renee Johnson being in love with me. I don't. You know that there's some love you can just keep. Appreciate you. I got enough love in my life, you know. You know, it's so funny. People always going to come up and give me things I ain't even asked for. And then when I tell them no thank you, then they get mad at me. I don't understand why.
Gregory will never forgive you for rejecting his love.
And guess what? You know what? He be all right.
No.
He be all right. Give him another thumbnail. Give him another super chat, you know. But I don't think he's going to be wanting to poke his head out too much because y'all already know that the after show for today is happening on Set in the West. So you guys got a little bit of time to recalibrate because the roast will be roasting. And also, don't forget to get over there if you didn't get to today and see the pre-show that's over at the Black Owl House with our Maggie, the Black Owl, our number one troll venomness. Yeah.
Oh my God. Those troll cannot handle it. Thank you. So yes, I am Venom because what?
Girl, they get a taste of you, they start talking stupid.
Right.
Yo! That woman was like, she said, thank you. I am so cool. She said, thank you. I was like, my dear child, you are pathetic.
That's like that girl that meets a guy at the club and then shows up at his job a week later with a peach cobbler saying, baby, I've missed you. Are we going to dinner tonight? How did you figure out where to work? I didn't even give you my phone number. She's one of those type of girls, you know?
Yes. Her giving me the biggest paragraph and me just answering, oh, okay. Look, she answered. She answered. Bitch, no shit. Okay. Jesus Christ. She knows and I know that we just didn't want to go in a strike war because yesterday when she was showing my text with her, she knew I could have strike her ass. Come on, girl.
But see, she want to go over there with her bots and her weirdo friends from the troll farm. Yeah, you know, because
she said thank you. She said thank you.
Dusty's been trying to strike me 9 times and none of them worked. Why not? Or maybe it's because you went through all of that stuff and edited all of it out like the good little troll weirdo you are.
Exactly.
Why
and I
would
think
you
that she
edit
thought
the
I was a
content?
dumbass. Oh yeah.
No,
she
I just want to know.
Because she knows that she can be struck, and if she had not unstruck me, I would have had the fun of my life for a week on her.
Wait a minute,
she knew
Mr.
that.
Hold on, wait a minute. Somebody read this, please.
Misha is live right now, Jag, claiming you once drove for Diddy in exchange for drugs. She's out of control. She sounds like she out of control.
Oh my God! She stopped just showing the priest. She's now talking. Ooh, like Misha, why? She didn't like my offer of just talking about Lionel B. She doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Well, she's hoping that she gonna get that payment that Adrian
exactly.
got. But see, her goofy ass was so busy and so hot to give us recaps on a movie that was based on her life that came from her police report that AllyCarter was holding on to, and Ally&Shelly sold it to Zoe Kravitz, and then they made it. Here she is.
Yes, it makes absolute sense.
These people are so wild.
Yeah.
That woman is wild.
Yeah. And you know what? since everyone is so worried about my criminal status, one last time for the record.
We welcome you, James Brown. How did all of this trouble begin?
Living in America. Something wrong.
And what are you going to say to your fans when they ask you some questions about it?
I'm going to say I feel good.
It sounds to me as though you're not troubled by any of this at all.
This is a man's world.
Thanks for reminding us of that. James, I have to ask you one serious question here. I understand you already have started divorce proceedings. Does that mean that you're now eligible?
Yes, I'm eligible. I'm single. I want to mingle. Papa's got a brand new bag of living in America.
The women love you when you get out there.
Why is that, ladies?
Well, I'm asking you.
Huh? Because I
Why do you
look
think
good.
that is? You
I
look
smell
good.
good. I
Yes.
feel good.
And you sing good.
And make love good.
Oh. Well, there we are. We don't have to ask anybody else. We got that from the source. there you are.
Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a man's world.
Oh my God.
Good. I feel good.
Right.
I smell good. I look good.
And I make love with my boots on. Yes. Yes, lady. Yes. Yes. Shroomisha, La Shroomer P&J, full of shit.
Listen. You driving for substances is nothing. You were there when one of her kids was unalive in the forest, and she ran, and you ran.
Yup, and I watched the Jigga Man just drink blood.
Yes, and Natanya was a handler, and then she went to Natanya's house many times.
You want to know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now. If everybody hasn't learned a very valuable lesson as of yet, let me be clear. Don't believe the hype. And if it sounds too good to be true, it's because it probably is. But the biggest problem that I think everyone really needs to focus is, why are all of these huge, larger than life stories being broken on YouTube channels that no one's really ever heard of, had anything to do with, fly all the way under the radar? What brought these people to them?
Like who?
See, those
because
are the things.
Amisha went on a big platform.
Yeah, huge. All
Right.
thanks
Her husband,
to
she
Adrian.
disappeared.
It must suck for those girls to go from becoming viral sensations on YouTube and then starting their own channels, and they can't get more than 100 people to come by, and their chats are filled with trolls that do nothing but disgrace them.
At least they have a few sugar daddy in those chat.
Listen to me. I don't know if I would call them sugar
like
daddies.
Misha.
I don't even know if I wouldn't call them sugar daddies, because these women ain't no sugar babies. They do not pass the Russell Simmons standard for sugar babying. They just don't. They don't.
So they have sugar something, sugar granddaddy.
I know they run around with a lot of people with sugar in their tank. That I do know.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Like yesterday, Lamisha was begging for a cash app to buy her grocery. I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah, she was at the grocery store buying groceries and asked people to send her grocery money. And then she got home, and it was more important for her to lie about me while her child, who can't apparently read the instructions, he in 3rd grade, but he can't read the instructions on the pizza box, and the boy had to sit there and just wait for her. Oh yeah, they are salty babies. Yeah.
Why is it always those weirdos that have children? I swear to you.
You want to know what's funny? I've seen a bunch of women who would have made excellent mothers that can't have kids, that would do anything anything to be able to have a child of their own. And then you have all these women out here who gave birth to children that they never really cared about, never really cared for at all. And now look. Look at these children. They're creating either new survivors or new predators.
Yep.
They like calling CPS on people. Why don't you like calling the authorities on people? Why ain't you calling them on people that should have them called on them?
And the worst part is, if they call CPS, it's not even sure it's going to be better.
No, not at all. Because you never know who you're going to get.
Exactly.
Just like with law enforcement, when you pull up to the police station to disclose an outcry, and they take your report and throw it in the trash and say the investigation can go nowhere.
Exactly.
Who do you go to when the people that you're supposed to go to don't care?
Exactly.
We got to become the caring. We got to become the care. We have to become the guardians. We have to start learning how to govern our own selves. Stop depending on everyone to come and save us. Stop depending on everyone to come. They're not going to do it. The simple fact that the Tory outlaw story is real only goes to prove why we need to do more. Because not every parent is a parent. And not every cop is a cop. And not every social worker is a social worker. Not every government official is doing their job. If we don't start as citizens holding these people accountable for the jobs they're not doing, we really have no right to complain about seeing the evidence of how it's destroying our world. We got to do better. And we got to stop paying attention to the distractions. I said it last night. Wake up. Was it last night or the other night? Wake up. People are hurting. Wake up. Wake up. And please, just for your own mental well-being, realize this. You only become a fool when you see the lie and refuse to accept it. There's a lot of people who have invested themselves into supporting these fake victims, and their faith should be shaken. But a lot of them, you know what they're going to do? They're going to triple down. Not because they want justice, but because they don't want to admit that they were wrong. See, these are the people that we really need to pay attention to. The people who push these agendas, who shared it, who did all of this, are they going to admit that they were wrong? Are they going to go back and apologize to everybody that questioned what they saw? Because that, yes, gotta do better. We gotta do better. These people are the ones who are carrying the gossip, carrying the stories, sharing, staying up till 5 a.m. in the morning, fighting, hollering, screaming in the comments, trolling each other's channels. Like, a lot of people invested a lot of negative time. A lot of negative time into fake stories. Every last one of you that told me I was crazy or wrong about AllyCarter and that I was jealous because she was a real survivor and I was a fake, I want $1 from every last one of you assholes. From every last one of you, every last person that believed any of these distraction stories over mine, you owe me $1. Shoot, you actually owe me more than that. Because if it wasn't for me out here fighting the good fight, y'all would still be sitting in the backdrop, believing lies. Grace, we about to get out of here. What you got to say? Grace, you gotta unmute your mic, baby.
I can hear y'all now, girl. No, is it working now?
Yes, it's working now.
Something's going on. Curious things are going on in Louisiana. I hope I'm not the only region that's having internet connection problems out of nowhere.
Oh, well, no, that's why I didn't go mobile today. That's why I'm here on the laptop, because in California,
that's the wild part. I was on the laptop earlier
now,
too.
No, it was the wind. I mean, the wind literally knocked out the power. It knocked out in a lot of places, but for a lot of people, internet. Like I couldn't get phone calls.
That is very curious.
It's real. And shout out to Get to Know. Get to Know. We dropped your link in the chat. Everybody, you know how we do. Keep the truth line tight. Follow all relevant links in the chat. Keep your algorithm stacked up with real thought and real critical thinking and real facts backed up by verifiable evidence. If you want the lies to stay out of your algorithm, hit every last one of these links. And I promise you, look at how we're growing. It's gotten to the point now where there's almost enough content creators in our little sphere of the internet now that people can 24 hours a day you can get good content. 24 hours a day you can get real thought. 24 hours a day you can get real community. It's amazing. And I love that Maggie is our coffee girl in the morning, and I love that Just D is the voice through the night. It reminds me of when we used to do graveyard shift, Ayasha.
I know, right? Man.
We gotta do a graveyard shift with all the girls on your channel.
Yeah, what does graveyard shift mean?
Well, they would
midnight till sunrise.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, are we going to a graveyard? What is going on?
Well, no, in America, the midnight late night shift is called the graveyard shift.
Yeah.
But sometimes
I am so French. I am French. I'm not even only Canadian. I am the French part. So
thank you. Thank you for being the pommes frites of our life. We have enough French fries.
Exactement. Vous prenez beaucoup de frites.
Yo.
Oui.
Oh,
oui.
By the way, I forgot to ask you, Maggie. I got some business that I'm going to have to do in Paris soon, and I need to brush up on my French. How much do you charge for lessons?
Oh my God. I charge nothing, but if you want to learn French?
Well, no, it's just I need a refresher course. I need to make sure. Talking is one thing, but reading and listening, it can get tricky because of, the dialect and the way certain phrases change from this to that. And if I'm going to be doing business, I'm not going to be having anybody speaking for me. Me and Odell going to be at the table ourselves. So I need to take a refresher course.
Oh yeah, if you already know French, that is perfect, because learning French is evil, So
it's almost as hard as learning Japanese and Russian.
Yes. Oh, do you speak Japanese and Russian?
Well, I've traveled to over 1,000 cities in my life. I'm not an absolute idiot. I studied Latin. So Latin gives me access to a lot of languages, and people really don't understand. Like, if you really want a backstage pass into learning multiple languages, you got to study Latin. Have to.
Latin is disgusting. Not even gonna lie.
It is. It is. Parlez-vous? Parlez-vous?
Est-ce que je parle,
Yeshua.
est-ce que je parle le latin? J'ai pris des cours de latin. J'ai pris des cours de latin malheureusement, mais malheureusement le latin ne va pas.
Music to my ears.
Exactly. No,
Trebian,
I did learn Latin when I was younger.
Yeah, see, that's the other reason why they don't like you. They haven't even mastered Ebonics yet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's another reason.
Now I understand why I am not black. It's because I am educated. It's
Yes.
just stupid.
Yes,
It's
like a
stupid.
white person, and that makes you a white person. And that goes to show you these people don't do nothing but listen to plantation lullaby.
Exactly, because there's a lot of black people that are extremely educated, way more educated than me. The fuck?
And salute to you on that, because the best time to become a multilingual person is before the age of 12.
Yes.
Teach your children everything.
Exactly. Except if they have a big motivation. I learned English for Game of Thrones, so
I love that you learned it for entertainment purposes. Like, that's
yes.
amazing. I
And
love
for
it.
cheapness, because most books that I was reading were in English, but you need to pay the editor in French, so the book are like more expensive. And
Yeah.
so I wanted to read for cheap, so I learned English. It was all for entertainment.
It's perfect. That's even better. Because if you hadn't have learned English,
no,
we wouldn't have you here with us now the way you
Absolutely.
are. And yeah, let's just I love you, Maggie. I love you,
I love you
Ayasha. And I love everybody. Thanks to everyone who jumped up on the panel. Shout out to our Justy. Shout out to our Grace, who keeps getting thrown back out into the ether. Shout out to our Jay Mizax and our Lisa Bees and our Kaza Bears. And of course, our grand troll warrior, Murph. You know, please, guys, make sure you're getting involved. You never know who you're going to meet, and we're building something really beautiful. So let's just keep building it. And let's try to do it distraction free. Because that's our real problem. Distraction.
Yep.
And on that note, my name is Jaguar Wright. And that concludes our lesson for today. As you see, I am Grace Jones with the bang, bang, bang.
Yes, I see that.
Yes. You want to know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
That's a picture from a canvas that I purchased right before all of my belongings were stolen from me when I was arrested. I got it from a local Dallas artist. I was pulling things together, and Sam and Legina were painting, and I wanted to have an array of wonderful art around the house mixed in with their art. And now it's gone, with my son's urn with all of his cremation ashes, all of my clothes, evidence, devices. It's funny. They want to put me in jail for something they stole from me.
They're so wow.
Yeah.
They're horrible.
They are. And guess what? We're not.
Yes, we're not.
Isn't that beautiful? So
Yes.
on behalf of the Jaguar Wright Effect and all affiliated platforms, we thank you for helping us build this new, brave new community that is going to get things done. But in order to get it done, we have to do it the right way. First part, kill the distractions. Second part, get to the truth. Third part, save the children. Because all of these distractions and all of these lies are doing nothing but hiding us from these kids. Au revoir. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Et bienvenue. Bienvenue. Until next time. Love you all.
À la prochaine.
Madly.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Yes. And remember, just in case you're not sure who I am. All you have to do is ask somebody that's actually met me. You know, last night I bumped into a troll named Melissa, who I also believe is Miss Wet Wet, who got thrown out of here. And she was sitting last night in Tokyo Tony's chat, trolling her, telling her that I was talking crap about her, said she was broke and she was a liar, and Angela hated her, and they have it all on recording, and they're going to upload it to Woo Child the Ghetto. So Tokyo Tony can see me disparaging her, which is really interesting, because the other night when I did that wake up live where I asked everyone to wake up at the end, before I said that, I had asked everyone to pray for Toke, because I know she's going through something. Her channel's being trolled heavily. She's going live a lot more than she really should be. And there's a worry there. And spending time with her and getting to know her. So I just said, I'm praying that this is your year. I'm praying that everything turns out okay. You're going to win. This is what I said in my live. So now, apparently, someone went and clipped that up to create some kind of AI story so that they could force a beef between me and Tokyo Tony so that they could have some more content. See, the Ally thing is done. The Lamie, like all of it's done. Everything that they've stacked up against me is done. So now they want to go on Tokyo Tony's live and fill her head up with a bunch of lies, hoping that that will create a thumbnail for them. And so I just got there and I called her phone number, the one that I had, and I let her know. And then everyone else in the chat started jumping up on Melissa until Tokyo Tony threw her out. But this is the kind of desperation that's going on here. I mean, that girl sat there for 25 minutes trying to convince everyone in the chat that I wasn't me. That's not the real Jag. That's the fake Jag. You're the fake Jag. I'm not answering to you, fake Jag. And I'm like, anybody can go right now and click my channel and see it's me. You're insane. Yeah, that's what they were doing last night. That's how desperate they are. Meanwhile, all I can do is sing her praises, because she's a praying mother who prayed her daughter out of the Illuminati's mouth and back into God's hands. It's funny. That's what they do. I'm telling you, they'll say anything. Do yourself a favor. If you don't have the time to ask me and come and get to know me for yourself, just listen to somebody that's actually met me.
I've been
Who
praying
that?
for you.
Who that right there?
For so long.
She love you, AJ. I don't know what it's like.
So you might know about her persona, but you met her in person. What do you?
She's a baby doll, sweetheart. But we already know this.
Because people think she's.
I know it.
And then when you meet her in person, you're like.
Yeah, it's just a perception that everybody else has. But once they get past that part, she's a woman just like us. It's like real people, That's the difference. When you're authentic, people can't take it. I mean, because people say the same thing about me. They're like, oh, I just love my ass. And I'm like, no, I'm so sweet. She'll be chilling. You know what I mean? And I feel like she'll just handle people how they treat her. And that's just what it is. And that's just law with any girl.
Start.
Yeah. Love you for that.
That's what Tokyo Tony did. And I prayed with her. And don't forget to support our girl, Black China, also known as Dr. Angela White. Check it out. Like, let's start really focusing on the good parts and leave the distractions behind. They're entertaining for a moment, but the lasting effect of the harm and danger is too much. So on behalf of myself and Ayasha Lachey, the natural one,
Yes, very, very natural.
We want to thank y'all for being here with us. And Ayasha, it's always good to have you on panel. I know you've been busy and you've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes.
Yeah, I gotta go running right now. Gotta go make some runs right now.
Well, you send those lovely munchkins all of my love and tell them Auntie Jag loves them, and tell my Trini I got a new avatar for her. We're gonna have some fun.
Yes, I sure will. And peace to the
Yep, go ahead.
Peace to the chat. I just want to say peace to y'all. And like I said earlier, y'all the real MVPs. Let's keep this going.
Yeah. And support what's real.
Mm-hmm.
And when you know it's fake, just walk away. I'm Jaguar Wright. We're out, and we'll see you guys for the after party. We're going to see you for the after show over at Set in the West for the official roast of Gregory Ratchet. May he burn in hell. Okay, we out of here, y'all. Because I got to get my energy up for that one. It's going to be something.